Well, we're back. Fantasy Football Wednesday. Fantasy Football Front Office with Dan Coccimiglio. We are back, baby. It is another week. All right. You know what? There was a lot of drama in your league last week. A lot of trades that were not held up.
Vetoed.
Let's get a little. Let everyone know how you did, and maybe what would have happened if the trade had gone through.
Ooh,
Setting you up for a lob right here.
Yeah, I did go down. I lost to the first place team. It was a tight one until Sunday night. He had A.J. Brown. I had Devontae Smith. We were pretty much in a dead heat going into Sunday Night Football. I just needed to stay close because I had San Francisco defense Monday night. Of course, I was close at halftime. In fact, I was ahead. And then all of a sudden, A.J. Brown just went completely off. They just started throwing to him every stinking throw. And I ended up getting beat fairly soundly by about, I would say 15, 20 points, maybe 20 points. But yeah, the trade that got vetoed had Bora was able to pick up Jonathan Taylor. He would have picked up 21 points instead of his half point that he got for Bijan, or 0.3. And then he had Rashad White, and he would have picked up 16 points there from White, and he could have won the game maybe. He lost by 20-something. So add those 21 from Taylor and White minus the points that he had in there for the other person he played, he might have won.
It just absolutely brutal because, I mean, Bijan Robinson, everyone had him ranked as RB2 coming into the week. God, I was so unsettled because I have him in my biggest money league. And I was just incredibly unsettled, trying to figure out what the hell's happening. Why is he coming in for one snap here and there to run a route? Why is he seemingly a decoy? Why is big Cordero Patterson getting 50% of the touches? And of course, Patterson ends up having a great game. So does Algier, finally kind of has a breakout game. And it turns out that, Arthur Smith, he's in a little bit of heat just because gambling and fantasy football are now they're completely intertwined with the game in a way that they were not, even 3 years ago. So he's in some heat because he didn't mention anything about Bijan Robinson having a migraine, sickness, whatever it is. But, they're saying he's healthy, but it's just hilarious that it was the trade you wanted to do. Really, the big two players were Bijan and Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor has his breakout game. Finally, he's back. He has over 20 points. He's clearly a stud from here on out. And that's what I was saying at the beginning of last week's show is bye, Jonathan Taylor. Bye, Jonathan Taylor. I was like, he's going to have a shitty week this week versus the Browns defense. But then after that, you have your RB1, top 6, top 7, week in, week out running back. And now, it just came a week early. Bijan still is going to be great, but poor 2004. What could have been?
Hey, 2004's got another deal out there right now, and hopefully it doesn't get vetoed, but he's getting Lamar Jackson. No, he's giving away Lamar Jackson, Aaron Jones, and Antonio Gibson for Alvin Kamara, Derek Carr, Gardner Minshew, and Zach Moss. So he's gaining some trade pieces in one of the QBs. Kamara is better than Jones.
Yeah. Aaron Jones, you have to, I would still say Aaron Jones, top 13 running back rest of season, but he just looked bad. That whole Packers offense has looked bad. Christian Watson was also involved in your trade last week. He left the game a little banged up. He didn't really have any separation. The hope is that he would emerge as this alpha receiver, but Jordan Love's his accuracy continues to, stay huddle below 50%. Just really inaccurate. And Jaden Reed and Romeo Dobbs are just kind of right there with Watson. And now that Watson's banged up, I mean, hell, I would probably say, go to the person who has Christian Watson in your league and see what you can get. Maybe they're panicking at this point.
I have Watson.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Green Bay's offense, just disgusting. Here, let's get it to a few questions because we're a little backed up. MF says Darnold or Pickett. Whew, Jacksonville. So Pickett, man, that was my favorite bet of the week was Rams -3. One of those bets where you leave the game saying, I do it the exact same way over again. I still like the bet. The Rams, I think at this point are becoming the team that can only really play 35 minutes. If you're going to bet the Rams, start betting the Rams in the first half. They're just so banged up. They're thin. Stafford seems to fade at the end of these games. He's just getting hit so much. And yeah, Kenny Pickett, I thought, there's no way he's going to pull it out of his ass again and, just throw 70-yard touchdowns to Kenny Pickett with, 3 minutes left in the fourth. Like he was just doing such ridiculous things to score. And what do you know? Like Najee Harris has like a decent RB2 game. He looks decent, scores a touchdown. Deontay Johnson's bat. That Will B says when it comes to QBs, go with the better offense. I agree with that. MF said Steelers might be better with Johnson. If you're saying compared to the San Francisco offense, I'd go with Darnold this week. They have the Jaguars coming in there. Jaguars defense has been pretty good. And the Steelers do not tend to go on runs offensively, not sustained runs. Usually they're a little, when they're riding high, that's when they kind of turn into the poopy Steelers that we all don't want a piece of. It's just when they're underdogs, and no one believes in them. Tomlin's able to get the boys right. But yeah, to that Darnold Pickett thing, I think go Darnold. He is going to do absolutely fine in this offense. I mean, if you remember back, Nick Mullins there for a bit was like an awesome fantasy football guy. Beathard was not bad because of the running, and Darnold can run a little bit. I think, Darnold, Shanahan's going to scheme up some dope stuff. He'll throw for at least a touchdown, which is more than you can say about Kenny Pickett for sure. Also Darnold could use some wheels. Wilby says they'll be fine. Spencer Stewart says, hey guys, the Veto League is the Veto League. Gang of 4, #winning. Is that his name in the league?
No, that's I named him. You remember in Congress there was a gang of 8 or something.
Yeah,
that did something. I can't remember what they did, but they blocked something or whatever. And so I nicknamed them the Gang of 4 because they're vetoing, they're controlling the league. That's why he says they're winning.
Hanging Chad. Poor 2004. Now Ryan is calling for 2004. Eric L, light the beam. Light the effing beam. You know what? I got a quick tangent. I think that's one of the coolest things. I was just on here, Dan, and I got sidetracked talking to Chardal, talking about he went to the game fully dressed down in Curry gear
last night.
I was just talking about how I had my Curry brand hat. I pulled up the Under Armour shop just to show people like they are doing him a complete disservice. This is a cool logo now, but as far as stuff that you would actually want and would wear like semi often on that shop outside of his basketball shoes, it's like this hat. Even the golf hats look weird. The golf shoes were fire, but it's just like it's pretty whack. But how about Stephen Curry, still in the league, still in peak form, drops 50 on the Sacramento Kings last year to win the Game 7, signs De'Aaron Fox, one of the most exciting up-and-coming guards in the league, the guy who beat him out for first-team All-NBA last year, signs him to Curry brand. Did you see that, Dan?
No, I didn't.
Isn't that cool? Like, there's nobody signed to like LeBron's Nike brand in the league right now. Like, wow. People are signed to Jordan, sure.
Right.
But it really
who signed to Curry's brand?
De'Aaron Fox.
Wow.
Yeah. Kind of dope. So I'm hoping that means more sick Curry brand stuff.
Yeah.
And
you got Roberto Perez, the catcher for the Giants, who messed up his shoulder and had to go on the IL the full year, but he's got a question for you.
Oh, where is Roberto Perez? Oh, there he is. What's up, guys? Would y'all trade Pollard and Rasheed for Bijan and Tajay Spears?
Ooh, if Henry gets traded, that would be.
I like Tajay. I mean, at this point, Tajay Spears is just, if you're in a PPR league, he's been viable as a running back. Is so shambolic right now in fantasy. He's been a viable running back, running back 2-3 this whole year, just based on the catching and them being down. And it's only going to get better now that Tannehill's out. It's going to be much more, Tajay framed game scripts. And man, if they get rid of Henry, yeah, he's going to be like an all down back. He might have potential of like a Alvin Kamara type situation where he just, not a million yards, but he's just getting a zillion touches. But that said, Pollard and Rasheed for Bijan and Tajay Spears. Pollard's been a little disappointing this year. For what everyone expected, he's been a little disappointing. I'll say I think that he might have lost a little bit of burst from that injury last year. Not a ton, not to a level that is ultimately going to matter, but just a little bit. We'll see how the Cowboys look coming out of the bye, but I think I would do that trade. I also like Rashee Rice, Dan. It's him and Christian McCaffrey have the highest target percentage of any running backs in the league right now. Who would believe that? Like, he's not, not Rashee Rice. Sorry. Rashee. Oh, wait. Is he talking about Rashee Rice or Rashid White?
Rashad White. I think he's talking about Rashee Rice.
Oh, Rashee Rice. Okay. Recalibrating. I mean, I think Rashee Rice is going to be good. Yeah. I mean, you do it. Yeah. Especially, yeah, you do that. I would do that. Absolutely. It depends a little bit. Like if your team needs wide receivers, maybe don't do that. Maybe there's no need, but especially if you need running back help, I'm guessing he's had Rashee Rice like on his bench, for stashing for a while. Yeah, I would do that.
You know what I may do here? I see this. I'm seriously thinking of doing this. The league, it says, somebody said, I don't know if they're joking or not, but they say, according to sources, Will Martinez, these trades could get vetoed in the next 12 to 24 hours. And then Will B says, according to sources, Will Martinez may be right. If they veto these trades, like I just got a trade that just went in. And let's see if it's 4. I just texting. I'm just thinking, like one guy who's got. I made a trade for Jefferson. The guy's trying to make the playoffs, but he can't make the playoffs with Jefferson sitting on the bench. So he's trying to improve his team. I'm trying to, maybe improve, taking a risk that, it could cost me the next couple of weeks, but it could pay off. So that's what trades are. They're risk. Every trade's a risk. I'm just thinking, right, if they keep getting blown up every trade, maybe it's time to just refund everybody their $75 and make it a free league.
I mean, I think at some point you have to, this is a discussion that needs to be had with Sean Proctor.
Yeah.
Because the integrity of the league might be compromised. I think with last week, what happened, I think if you reframe the trade that you tried to do last week now, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't go through. So I think that this is like the jumping off point for a discussion. Because I will say, you were you have a lot of points, but you're 3-4 in the league.
Yeah.
So you're taking a risk.
I could miss out on the playoffs altogether.
Yeah, banking on David Montgomery's not going to be back for another 2 weeks. Jefferson not till the end of the season. But what you're doing, I think is a good
Jefferson's
idea.
coming back in probably about week 11, maybe.
Yeah, like right in time for the fantasy playoffs, basically.
Well, playoffs start in week 14.
Week 14. So yeah, he'll have time to get right for the fantasy playoffs. I mean, I like anybody who's willing to trade for Jefferson right now, respect to you. I do agree, like fantasy football, like it's about finishing first. That's ultimately the game, is trying to finish first. So I respect anyone trying to do that. 49er asked T. Higgins, Garrett Wilson, or Cortland Sutton. Need to. You got to go T. Higgins and Garrett Wilson. You just got to bank on talent. You drafted those guys early. Just don't get too cute. Take those guys. Unless Judy gets traded or something like that. Yeah, you just roll with Higgins and Garrett Wilson. Chardal gives his opinion. He says Darnold, Will Martinez. According to his sources, the Adam Schefter for the league. Eric L shows how much respect Curry has for Fox. I know. It's so dope. It'd be so sick if he had like multiple people signed to Curry brand. So dope. Chardal, I think Chardal will definitely get in on this show. Chardal, maybe give us like another 10, 15, but we could always use a little, especially since you're a birthday boy. SpongeBob SquarePants, Roberto Perez. How about?
Yeah, I'm going to step out I'll be right back.
Okay, no worries. Roberto Perez says, how about you get ready for the Giants? Or SpongeBob SquarePants says that to Roberto Perez. Yeah, did Roberto Perez sign to Curry brand? Oh, yeah, he's in Cancun. Does Kyle trade for Kirk Cousins now? No. It is like, it's a bad visual for Purdy to have that end of game situation, and Kirk Cousins literally played the game of his life. All of us that have watched football for a long time, I've never seen him play better. It was truly, I felt so helpless in a way that really I haven't felt since maybe the Niners played Kansas City and faced Patrick Mahomes last year. Like, it just felt like there's nothing they could do to get off third down. But no, you got to keep Purdy, because it's not 1-for-1. You're not getting Kirk Cousins for $800,000. You're getting Kirk Cousins for $50 million or whatever crazy number. According to sources, Will Martinez might be right. Yes, will be. Ryan, is Puka better than Kupp? So all of you that tuned in last week, that was another one, along with Jonathan Taylor, that I was hammering at the top, was try to trade for Puka Nacua if you can, because Kyron Williams going out, and I don't remember if it was still a 2-week injury at that point, but things were fishy. Now, of course, it comes out it's like a 4-week, 5-week high ankle sprain situation. This team is just going to be passing. It's not like they're going to all of a sudden somebody, Darrell Henderson or any of these guys, are going to get an awesome role in the running game. They will run the ball as a committee, but like this just means way more passing. He is still a top 10 wide receiver in the league. And I think I said last week, if you could try and trade, wide receiver 2, RB2 for him, try and sneak one in there. Maybe you could convince him with Kupp coming back. I will say though, MF, Kupp's still better. You still got to bet on Kupp. But it's like kind of a conversation. It's a conversation in terms of like, if you're worried about Kupp's health, but I mean, Kupp, by all accounts, like he's been perfectly fine. He had a little bit of an uncharacteristic game last game, but yeah, Puka, total stud. It's kind of, you know what it is? It is kind of like when they had Robert Williams. Robert Williams would have these crazy games where he had 35 fantasy points, and Cooper Kupp, would just have not the same Cooper Kupp game. And that's just all that is. Rachaad White is on the verge of losing his starting job to Chase Edmonds. I don't know, Will. they continue to give him this insane usage. I agree, he's just not that effective of a player. But I know, I like Chase Edmonds too. Chase Edmonds is a frisky back. And I like him a lot more in the pass game. But I don't know. I still wouldn't mind going out and getting Rachaad White. If you could buy low on Rachaad White, MF Jefferson is coming back. Yes. Julio Villa. Would you trade Bijan, Tajay Spears for Mostert, Christian Kirk, and Nico Collins? Ooh. I mean, it depends if you're like super desperate for wide receiver help, but the way I see it, Achane's coming back. Mostert, he's been incredible this year. Absolutely a league winner so far. But honestly, if I had Mostert, I'd be trying to trade him. And not just because of last week. Just you have Achane coming back. Also, the guy gets injured constantly. So I just wouldn't bet on his health. I'd bet on Bijan, and I like Tajay. Although I will say Christian Kirk is the wide receiver you want in Jacksonville now. I think I also brought this one up last week. Is it's so stupid, but sometimes these things just have some truth in them. Like, when Matt Stafford came to the Rams and all of a sudden there's all these reports out of training camp that, Cooper Kupp and Matt Stafford have the breakfast club going. And it's just those two get to the stadium before anybody else, and they go have breakfast together and they just grind over film and they're just buddies. And then all of a sudden, Cooper Kupp has like one of the greatest wide receiver seasons of all time. Now you're seeing Nakua is in on the breakfast club. Christian Kirk, Trevor Lawrence, and Doug Peterson all live on the same cul-de-sac. It sounds stupid, but Trevor Lawrence absolutely loves Christian Kirk. Doug Peterson loves Christian Kirk. Kirk will be out target. He will have more targets the rest of the season than Calvin Ridley. He already does to this point. Now, Calvin Ridley, I still think is a nice buy low just because his ADOT, his average depth of target is going to be, more down the field. So he's going to have like more boomer busty games, but he's going to probably have the games where he has, 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. But Christian Kirk is getting all the short stuff. And I'm just betting on that, especially in PPR. The guy he's their wide receiver one. So Christian Kirk's awesome. Nico Collins, people have already forgot about the Texans a little bit. I think it's a nice time if you want to trade for Nico Collins, if you want to trade for a Tank Dell, who is coming back from injury and has not played for a couple of weeks. So, I mean, if you're super desperate for wide receiver help, then maybe you do that trade. But no, I don't think so. Edmonds, that much of an upgrade will be asked? I don't think so. Jelly of the Month says, doing waiver wires, PPR, hold Jeff Wilson, RB56, with possible Mostert ankle injury, or drop to grab Dak to back up Burrow. I mean, it depends. Like if you had a 2 quarterback league, maybe, but no, I think Dak's going to hang out on waiver wires for a while now. And there's going to be guys, you're going to be able to grab guys that have similar values to Dak. If you already have Burrow, just hold Jeff Wilson just in case. Mike McDaniels loves that guy. This is the rules. I picked up Darnold, MF. Well, some of us are just trying to finish top 3, says Will B. Will B says, at this point, perhaps Buck's one of the worst running ball since last year. Rashid is a good pass catching running back and needs to be used more in that area. Will Martinez says Chardal needs to show his face. It would be nice to see Chardal's face. Smiley face. Will B. Edmonds did really good when he replaced Connor last year. Yeah, I forget where Chase Edmonds was before Arizona, but he's just a pretty dynamic player. I feel like he had like a nice contract there.
All right, here's the deal, guys. I just got off the phone with the commissioner of the league.
Should we bring him on?
I could put him. I can bring him on.
Yeah, bring him on.
Hold on, let me call him up here. See if he wants. to I'll forward him the link. Let me see if he wants to come on.
Eddie K said, Dan heard Chardal's coming and he needs to take his meds to be ready for his arrival. Will Martinez.
I don't know if you're busy or not. Did you want to come on this show and talk for a few minutes?
Sure.
It's just me and Rye. I'll forward you the link right now. All right.
Oh, shit. Okay, Will Martinez. Yeah, Dan's trade just got vetoed. OMG. Now Dan's trades are getting vetoed. No wonder he stepped out. He's currently screaming at the sky.
No, I'll tell you what's going on, guys. We're really, really, really close to everybody just getting their money back, and it's going to be a blown league. It's not a fun league when every trade I've made is getting vetoed, and it's Commissioner is going to come on here shortly, and he's going to explain that it's going to either go back to a commissioner, no veto league, and he doesn't veto trades unless they're just like, insanely, obviously collusion, or we're just going to refund the money back. So you guys can make the decision if you want the league back. If you want to continue it, be a free league. Nobody gets $75. I don't care. I've spent a lot of time. I don't feel that great. I don't have time to be screwing around.
Dan, say it with your chest.
Yeah,
get angry.
I'm going through therapy treatments. This veto crap is just BS. It really is. These are fair trades, and to veto it for fun. You guys want to have fun vetoing trades? Create your own 4 or 5 man league. That's the way it's going to be. I'm not doing this anymore. Just not going to do it. So
damn. Laying down the law. Well, we'll have.
I've got all the money. It's sitting there right in the Venmo account that it was sent in. I'm just going to send it all back tonight if we don't vote on this and make it right. So, no, I'm not blaming the settings. A trade got. What happened was I made a trade early on in the season, the first week with Eric. It was fairly lopsided. It got vetoed because everybody was upset about it. And Sean made it went from a commissioner to a veto because he didn't think it was right. And so it was the beginning of the season. So he says, I'll just make it the league. And the league's kind of taken a little too much advantage of it. So, I'll show you the,
Here, let me rip through the chat while we're waiting for Sean. Oh, never mind. Here he is. Thoughts on Hopkins? I'll say trade him if you can. Get what you can. Get what you can, because I don't know if Tannehill's coming back. And we welcome the great Sean Proctor.
What's up, dog?
We got an angry Dan.
Angry Dan.
He's fed up.
Yeah, I'm just like every trade I make, it gets vetoed, and it's like had the trade gone through last week, I would have got totally screwed. The guy that everybody said they were protecting would have maybe won his first game because Bijan, didn't even play basically.
Yeah, that was pretty weird, right? Did you
got an echo there, Sean?
Can you hear me?
Right. Yeah.
Sound a little slow there, Sean.
All right. Sean, I muted you for a sec.
Okay. I'm muted.
Okay, I unmuted you. I kind of like it though. It's like we're underwater.
Pretty cool there.
Dan, what do you think of DeAndre Hopkins this year?
Right. Is that better?
No, it's still.
You know what? I think it might be. Oh, echo canceled.
Here, there's an echo.
Oh, did that fix it?
Oh, test 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, we're hearing a little bit. It's bleeding a little bit. Like as I'm talking, it's like coming back.
Weird.
Okay, see if that. No.
I can try to.
Oh, could you put headphones in maybe? Hello? Okay, I think that's good. Can you hear me?
I don't.
Sean?
I don't hear Sean. That's weird.
Huh. Jahmyr Gibbs, Montgomery. I think they're going to roll with Montgomery. Gibbs finally broke out, but when Montgomery gets back, it's just the way they want to play. Maybe go in your settings and maybe now change it to AirPods. Oh, let's go.
Let's go.
All right, here we go.
Let's fucking go. Yeah, I thought that was pretty weird. The whole thing with Bijan. Did they get in trouble? Did the Falcons get in trouble?
No, Arthur Smith's like being coy about it. I don't know. The league.
Well, like, he had the flu.
I know. And then it was just bizarre. And then they ran him. His only touch of the entire game was like game on the line, like 3-yard handoff. Like what? What? But yeah,
I just picked up a new Bluetooth speaker.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, I got the JBL Charge 5 Wi-Fi.
Ooh.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. This thing's pretty sick. So anyways, what's up?
So here's the deal, Sean. I know in the early season, it was a commissioner veto and there was a trade that was fairly one-sided. And you said, hey, look, I don't want to be responsible for vetoing these things. So I'm just going to make it a league veto, put it on the league. And now it's gotten out of hand where there's about at least 4, because it takes 4 votes out of 12 players to veto trades. And every trade I have sent the last week has been vetoed, except the one trade that I was screwing around and I set it up with Bora to see if it was going to be vetoed, if they would actually veto it, because it was so lopsided that it was obviously not in my best interest. And I had it set up that it wouldn't go through. I knew it wouldn't go through because I had 4 guys that if nobody else was going to veto it, I was going to make sure it got vetoed. But the guys that vetoed it, only 2 of the 4 that originally vetoed the other trades were letting this trade go through because they thought it was kind of funny. Listen to this trade that was on Sunday, did not get vetoed until Bora and I actually were the 3rd and 4th guys. I was trading away. Let me pull it up here. I was trading away Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Travis Etienne, Jonathan Taylor, and Devontae Smith for Bijan, Amari Cooper, Sam Howell, Aaron Jones, and Khalil Herbert. Now, come on. That's like, and they were like, people were like, I wouldn't have made this trade, but I'm not so it's
so they're like, just fucking with you is what you're telling me.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not going to just do this. I'm at the point now where it's either like, look, you guys want to just, I'm taking a risk here. I'm taking a big risk here that Jefferson comes back and that he's the same and doesn't re-injure his hamstring. I'm giving up Goff for Daniel Jones, who sucks and is out with a neck injury.
He might not even play the rest of the year.
Yeah. And I'm giving up Devontae Smith, my number 2 receiver.
Okay.
So I'm getting back Montgomery, which I think he'll be back. I'm getting Jefferson. I'm hoping he'll be back and be healthy. And, I just dropped a player once I made the trade to pick up Tyrod Taylor. And so I lost a player. I lost a player off my bench for Tyrod Taylor. And if this deal doesn't go through, I just lost a player. You can't plan in this league because it's 24-hour trade and people keep vetoing it. So by the time you get into Friday night, Saturday, it's like, okay, it's too late for this week. This is just crazy.
It sounds like they're vetoing just to veto.
It feels like that.
Okay.
So
Bryce,
I'm like,
Bryce got a little smirk. Bryce got a dirty little smirk on his face.
I'm entertained.
I'm at this point, like the league either needs to vote on what they want to do. We either make the commissioner in charge of vetoing and not giving power to, a gang of four, or I'm just refunding everybody's money and the league can be a free league and you guys can play if you want, But Will B, put that up. He says he vetoes only bad trades. I don't know. I'm assuming he vetoed the last trade. How is that bad? How is taking on Jefferson, Montgomery, and Daniel Jones, who's it bad for?
That's bad for you.
It could be. Could be really good if Jefferson comes back and Montgomery comes back.
And Dan is 3-4 in the league, so like this is like
obviously a fair trade. A fair trade helps out both teams. Every trade doesn't have to be one-sided. I mean, I've been getting a lot of shit ass, trades sent my way, and none of them help my team. Literally none of them. And that's what I ask everyone. Like, if you can explain to me how this helps my team, I'll fucking take it. No one can explain how it helps my team because they're all fucking one-sided. They're all bullshit trades. They're like, oh, Sean's in 7th place or 8th place. Maybe he'll just give away, Christian McCaffrey or just fuck off this player.
MF says I'm the only one complaining. No, MF, the people that I'm making the trade, they're obviously screwed out of a deal they wanted to make.
Someone accepted it. Someone accepted that trade.
Yeah. Bora is not happy. He's been screwed. Heroku's been screwed out of trades he's trying to make. Why are we so worried about what other teams are doing unless it's like, Josh Allen for some bench player? We're not. I mean,
sometimes there will be trades that are one-sided if someone's willing to take a risk. And that's what you're doing.
I am taking a risk because I'm going for it.
The only time you can't have a trade is if it's straight up collusion.
Right.
That's it. Straight up collusion. If someone wants to take a risk and it's going to end up hurting their team or helping someone out, if it's just straight collusion and it's just like absolutely ridiculous and you can see when it's collusion, then that should be vetoed. But collusion is like, hey man, I'll throw you, I go to Heroku and I say, hey, here's Christian McCaffrey for your 7th bench player. Just split the winnings with me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's straight up collusion. So if there's none of that and it's just two people making a trade, it doesn't always have to help both teams, but it can. There are trades that it can help both teams.
But why is Will B says there's no collusion. No collusion. Why is the trade being vetoed?
So I can't even see who's vetoed the trades. It doesn't show me, but
Will B said he's vetoed the others. I'm assuming
the most recent one. Let's find out who vetoed the most recent one and have them explain why they vetoed it.
Guys, just explain in the chat whoever is there and vetoed it, why you vetoed it, and what's your reasoning behind it.
Wait, go. What's that say? Vetoes shouldn't be a thing. If any, maybe just commissioner. If
he meant to say without.
Okay, I was like with collusion. What?
Yeah. Will B says you want me to come on. Okay, so let me send Will B the
I'll send the invite in the chat.
Do you have? Okay, just come on. Yeah, just come on. I mean, I'm serious. MF says I'm the only one complaining, and it's not about me. It's not my, I'm the only one complaining, and it's, I shouldn't be sending the money back. Well,
MF, he's the one that sent out the most trades. He's the one. He's actively trying to trade everyone. So he's more chances to complain because he's basically probably sent a trade invite to everyone in the league multiple times. Actually, you've never sent me anything.
Yeah, I actually haven't. Yeah.
Am I the only team you haven't sent a proposal?
No, there's
to?
a few others I haven't sent things to. I mean, let me look here. I've sent some stuff to MF.
Do you have a spreadsheet?
No, I just do it by memory.
I mean, I'll say I've been through this exact predicament, and this is what tends to happen in my most competitive leagues is like the best players or, just the guys that are just the shit heels end up getting all their trades vetoed. And so, I've pretty much come to the conclusion that we're all Americans, and if it's two consenting adults, they should be able to make a trade as long as it's not egregious.
I mean, look at Dwight Howard.
Whoa!
Oh, Jesus!
There we go.
What's cracking, guys?
All right, we got. Oh, this is hilarious.
So who's the bad guy?
Me. Apparently,
you sent me.
The gang of four, my friend.
You sent me Jalen. You tried to trade me Jalen Warren for Devon A-Chain.
Well, that's not me. No. I thought you talking about the bad guy because the bad guy is me, but that's vetoing trades. But
no, I'm saying who's the bad guy in our league?
It's Los.
Okay, so I'd like Los to come on and explain how Jalen Warren is going to help my team when I trade away Devon A-Chain when he's coming back off of IR and he scores 30 fucking points a game. And why would I want the backup running back in Pittsburgh who barely gets the ball? So come on and explain why this is such a great fucking trade.
Sean, do you like my trade?
I trade with you, Proctor. I was thinking about sending Hurts your way in exchange for somebody else, but
who?
Jalen Hurts.
Okay,
you want Jalen?
That's a fucking legit player,
right? Exactly.
McCaffrey. Someone else.
I was aiming for McCaffrey. I would toss some more in because Jalen Hurts is not going to be enough. Probably.
Yeah, but this Los wants Devon A-Chain because remember he was talking all about him during the draft, like how much he wanted him, and I got him, and tries to send me the backup in Pittsburgh. So
I got to call Los.
No,
that's not a good trade.
No, that's not a good trade. Not at all.
No, that's a terrible trade.
So let's talk about these vetoes.
Yeah, let's talk about the vetoes.
Cool. Well, somebody's making a phone call here. Oh, Dan's calling Los, right? Is that what you're doing, Dan?
Oh my God!
All right. So, if you want to know my logic behind vetoing what happened, well, you could look at the last stream that we did, but obviously we talked about it the first time last week. But I thought Bora was getting fleeced on that one, so that's why I vetoed.
I wasn't though. That's the thing.
Well, in hindsight, but I mean, I think if Dan had given you Devontae Smith rather than Christian Watson, I would have no problem with that trade.
But why is that up to you though? It should be up to me.
Well, no, it's not up to me.
I would over Devontae Smith. So that's my preference.
Right, but I mean, seeing as we have a veto system and it takes 4 people to veto, I thought that I was doing my own thing there.
Had a veto system.
Had a veto system.
Yeah. I mean, so why would you veto that trade though? It doesn't. It seems pretty, like, not crazy to me.
Well, from my perspective, I really thought that Bloor was blowing up his team, get rid of all of his players because he's in last place and giving all to Dan. That's from my perspective.
And who was Dan getting back?
Bijan,
Amari Cooper, and then the rest was all just like bench players.
And who were you giving up, Dan?
I was giving up. I'll pull up the trade right here. I got the full trade.
I was getting Rashee Rice. I was getting Jonathan Taylor. I was getting Christian Watson. Well,
Christian Watson is this way. Jonathan Taylor's this way.
I was getting
Rice
Rashad White.
Rashad White.
And
pretty even.
Zach Charbonnet.
Could be good if someone goes down. So the Zach Charbonnet is like throw-in, but it's not like the dude's 0-7.
You were giving Taylor, Rice, Charbonnet, White, and Watson. I was getting Bijan, Zach Ertz, Amari Cooper, Josh Dobbs, the quarterback, Antonio Gibson, and Khalil Herbert. Herbert, maybe. I mean, that was.
I feel like Bora's getting the better end of that.
After last week, I think I would probably agree.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. I'm not going to make the trade. I wouldn't make the trade now.
Right. Because definitely.
I wouldn't make it today if you guys said we'll go for it because I'm going to keep Taylor.
So, but at the very end of the day, Will, at the very end of the day, do you think that with those specific players that Dan's like, hey, listen, I'm going to give you some money if I'm able to get out of the 6 hole and win this league based on these couple players? Do you think that was going on, or you think this was just an honest?
No.
Yeah,
no,
so then you shouldn't veto it.
I didn't think that was going on. I just felt like Bora was getting the wrong end of the shaft. That's all I saw. So that's I've been doing fantasy for 20 years now. I've won multiple leagues, and I just thought, in my personal perspective, I thought Bora was getting screwed on that deal.
So because the dude in last place is getting screwed, that's why you vetoed it.
Right. I'd rather see Bora do better and not worse.
But you've seen me go 0-6 for 6 weeks with that exact team. I mean, it wasn't going to get any better.
What is MF talking about? Dan tries to win trade. It's never even. I mean, number one, of course I want to win the trade. But, that's why it takes 2 people. But
clearly we made a mistake. We made a mistake by making it veto, because those types of trades should not be vetoed. It's not. You should not be like, this guy's getting screwed.
Well, why was my trade tonight vetoed?
That trade seemed super straight up.
I don't know. I mean, you tell me.
I mean, I didn't veto it.
I didn't veto it.
Did you veto that one tonight with Jefferson, Will?
No.
So who are the 4 guys who vetoed tonight's trade?
I haven't vetoed anything since the last one.
MF, did you veto tonight's trade? I mean, is there a way to find out, Sean, who's vetoing these?
No, it doesn't show me.
I mean, I don't get it.
They want me to post the trade. So what was it? It was Taylor.
No, which one? The one with Bora and I, or the one tonight that got vetoed?
The one,
because it's starting to feel a little personal, because Bora's deal's not getting vetoed, and I think it helps the number 1 team quite a bit. I mean, it helps Bora too, which is good, but I mean, you get Lamar Jackson on the number 1 team who doesn't have a quarterback. He's loaded at running back and wide receiver.
Dylan thinks that this is really this is. And this is what both of the trades Dan kind of tried to do. It's like Dan is getting the best player in the trade, but Bora is getting the better overall deal.
Yeah, I think both teams are improving, and I mean
that's what a trade is.
I was 0-6, right? And the motto is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, the other way it goes around. If it is broke, you got to do something to try to fix it up. And I was 0-6 with that exact team. And I needed to try something else. So I needed to break up my team. And I did. I tried to.
Now I will say this. In defense of Los will be anybody who vetoed the trade. I said last week that I didn't think it should be vetoed. I thought it was a fair trade. But the trade of the week could not have gone any worse, with the Bijan basically not playing, but still you having to start him. And then Jonathan Taylor breaking out a week early and just becoming a top 8 running back.
Yeah, that was my fear. So I'm kind of glad that one got vetoed, in all honesty. Because Amari Cooper, I just read today, is sell now. That's
the Lamar Jackson trade got vetoed too.
Not yet.
No, I think the first one did.
The first one. There's one hanging out there right now.
No,
that won't go through.
It didn't go through.
It didn't go through.
It hasn't been vetoed yet. Lamar Jackson, Aaron Jones, and Antonio Gibson going to the number 1 team in the league from the worst team right now.
So Aaron Jones, and Kamara.
No, Aaron Jones, Jackson, and Gibson.
No. I know. I'm just looking at
comparing.
Aaron Jones and Kamara, kind of a straight across. Zach Moss and Indy and Gibson, both those guys suck. And then it's essentially Gardner Minshew and Derek Carr for Lamar Jackson. So it's 2 QBs
because
for one.
I would imagine he's going to trade one of those guys, maybe.
Exactly. It's
all this drama for these bottom feeder teams, man.
Los, I don't know. Tyreek Hill might be out a couple of weeks. Never know what could happen.
All right, I'm deep.
Oh, listen to this cocky dude, man, with the with the chili bowl hat on.
I heard a little birdie. Somebody was talking mess about me in here. So
there's no little birdie. I'm right here.
I like to confront it face to face.
Yeah, so, talk to me about this trade, bro.
So let's talk about trades. So trades on paper don't necessarily mean reality, and you guys were just talking about that. The whole veto about Bijan Robinson ended up to be nothing. So yes, on paper, a chain is better than Warren, absolutely. But a chain is a cripple. He's hurt right now. I'm taking a risk on an injured player who could stay out longer and longer. You, my friend, are getting a healthy player. And if Najee Harris, who is trash, goes to the bench like he should, you'll be getting a starting running back.
I'd rather have a chain in my IR than the potential of Warren starting.
You're going to be out of the race in 2 weeks with no chain anyway if you keep losing.
Maybe. So well, I know where A-Chain isn't going. He's not going to your team. I know for a fact that's not.
West Coast bias. It's happening.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's that. Don't ever think he's going on your team in this league.
The funny thing about it is the 2 trades that I offered you, and you said, "How does this make my team better?" You never countered. You're a realtor.
No, did you?
You're a realtor. You're supposed to know how to counter.
Did you ever respond when I said, "How does this help my team"?
Yes, I did.
You did.
Go back.
You explained how it helped my team.
I said it helps my team.
Okay. We know it helps your team. I want to know how it helps my team.
But again, bro, you're a realtor. You're supposed to counter. I offered $475,000. You're supposed to counter. You didn't counter.
I didn't want what you were selling.
Then you counter for something else.
Crappy house.
I didn't want anyone on your team.
Well, maybe you should look at the records and the points, and maybe you should think twice about that.
I'm good.
You don't want anybody on my team? You better look at my team again, bro. Come on, Sean. You're better than that.
I got to say, shout out to Dylan Fink.
I don't
this
want
guy's
Tua.
got great
I don't
advice.
want Tyreek Hill.
Let's hear this comment.
Fink, I dig Fink. He's got I thought
Fink
he's had
good.
great takes so far, and I can kind of see where Los is coming from in that you're trying to start the conversation.
Yeah,
but it's a delicate balance between throwing
getting hung up on.
Yeah, basically getting slapped and never talked to again and starting the conversation.
Hey, I know fully well what I'm doing. Sean's a smart guy. I didn't expect him to accept that, but I was trying to take advantage of somebody that might have been a little bit desperate and wanting somebody that was actually healthy and actually could put up 10 or points.
See, there you go.
Not a fast 0 for the next.
See, here's the thing. Dan, Proctor, Los, and I are all salesmen. We look for the pain points and exploit them. That's what we're doing. That's what Los is doing to Proctor.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
Oh, can we get a standings update also? I need to know where everyone stands.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the stats. Let's look at my team that Sean doesn't want any players from.
Heroku and Los are 6-1.
Yeah.
You gonna trade Tua? Not a chance. You gonna trade Tyreek Hill? Not a chance. You trade Cooper Kupp? Not a chance. I don't want Jacobs. I don't want Walker. I don't want Goddard. I don't want Addison. I don't want Bijan Robinson. I don't want Justin Fields. I don't want Warren. I don't want Spears. I don't want Tutu Atwell. I don't want Hundley, the backup quarterback, and I don't want Kelly. So unless you're going to trade Tua, Tyreek, or Kupp,
for a
we have no trade. For any mixture. I don't think you're going to do that. You're not going to trade those guys. You're in third place. So what's the point?
He's in second. Yeah,
he's in second place.
It's a waste of my time. Literally a waste of my time.
Right.
A waste of my time.
Right now,
even put it together.
There's the standings right
you
there.
You could stay pat, or you could try to do like Boris is doing and try to improve your team. Just go ahead and stay pat.
I will.
I love how we've got some people that just joined into the show last week, like for the fantasy advice, and now this is like week 2, and they're like invested in your guys' league drama.
They love it, man.
It's great.
Yeah, our league's public too now. Yeah. So
no, I'm all
I
good.
think has the league. Here's what I propose, Los, and you're probably not going to like this because you're at the top. I'm tired of all these trades getting vetoed.
I have the leverage.
At the end of the day,
that's what I'm trying to explain.
Here's what we're looking at.
Just to put a cap on it. If we're just going to go overall, so your rating's a 687. You've actually gained 23 points. You're a silver. I've lost 44 points and I'm a platinum, 844 overall in fantasy. So if we're just going to talk about overall fantasy for the last like 15, 16 years, that's my record, bro.
You don't even know what leagues I'm in. Ask Danny. I just won a baseball league that was rotisserie, where you really have to monitor.
I'm just looking at your record,
bro. You don't even know what leagues I've been in. What are you talking about?
That's just Yahoo leagues.
I can see all your Yahoo leagues.
Yahoo, CBS, ESPN. My God, go talk to some of my boys. They'll tell you basketball, baseball, football. If I stay healthy, I'm usually at the top. The thing that always knocks me down.
Stay healthy.
No, there are some teams that just don't draft well, that just don't make good trades. I usually draft good players, and if they stay healthy,
you wanted A-Chain. You were talking about A-Chain during the draft.
You see what'll happen. Yeah, I love
A-Chain. All right, so here's the deal with NorCal sports. You know, I've made a lot of deals. Some have gone through. The last week, it's just been like ridiculous. Everything's getting vetoed. Tonight, a deal that was like a risk for me. I was trading away Jared Goff, Rashad White, and Devontae Smith for David Montgomery, Justin Jefferson, and Daniel Jones. Okay, I'm taking a step back, quarterback. And then I picked up Tyrod Taylor because I don't think Jones is playing this week, according to what I read. And I picked him up, and then the trade gets vetoed. Now I dropped Gainwell, which isn't a starter, but he's running back depth for me. I dropped him. And now the trade goes, I have to make moves quick because if someone else gets Taylor this week, I'm screwed. I have no quarterback to play this week.
We also have to let the league, everyone in the chat know this is a 2-quarterback league. Yeah. So that's why it's like, oh, Jared Goff. I mean, oh, come on. But,
Yeah, my other quarterback's Jonathan Allen.
Superflex.
Josh Allen.
Necessarily have to start 2 quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting that. It's a super flex league.
Yeah, super flex.
But and wide receivers.
MF keeps saying league vote, and you keep vetoing MF. I don't know why you're vetoing. I mean, what the heck? And then you throw us trades, MF, at 10:50, and at 10:51 you cancel it before you even have a chance to look at it.
You're calling MF a tease?
I've had like 10 of those. Yeah, he's a tease. He also is in here and he's saying, "Does anybody want Patrick Mahomes?" Like he's gonna come on, MF.
See, I'd rather be like me and Sean are. I mean, at least we're straight up with each other.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, don't be PT, man.
He hits me, I hit him back. But
we don't need PTs.
That's hitting and running away. Come on, man.
I guarantee he's not trading Patrick Mahomes.
Of course not. He just wants the limelight on the whatever. I don't know, but it's like this is just ridiculous to veto. Troc vetoes Dan and Boer's trade for no reason. He said it himself. Yeah, he just vetoed it because he didn't. He thought
they're trying to prevent certain people from winning. That's the whole goal.
I get it, but you know what? It's
That's not what trades are about, dude.
Trades are about the 2 people that are making the trades.
Collusion, you veto it. No collusion.
That's what sucks.
It goes
Waivers is like in Major League Baseball, teams will pick up a guy on waivers to prevent somebody else. That's being strategic. But to just block somebody's trades when you're trying to, some moves are made with another move in mind. Right. Like Bora. He's getting 2 quarterbacks back, and he's probably going to try and use one of those to leverage to get another piece because he's hurting. He's trying to improve his team. And if guys are willing to do that and trade with one another, then, it's not like any of us are, I'll just say it. None of us have got Joe Biden's brain. Come on.
Oh, thank God for that, right? Jesus. Yeah. But anyways.
hey, kudos to Bora. A lot of guys 0-7 would just mail it in and just be like,
no, Bora's fighting.
Year, I get it. It's not meant to be. I just lost to the almighty
because
Eric.
My team, like on paper, my team is good. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Okay, so no mix of 5 players have mixed in together.
Let's solve this issue for all. Sean, what are we doing now with the trades now? Have we solved this issue?
Yeah, there's 2 options. There's one option that is logical.
Put a poll up. Put a poll up. You can put a poll, or I'll do a poll. Actually, I can do it.
There's two options. One is turn it back to the commissioner to veto trades, or two, I just send everybody's money back, and this is just a free league, and you guys can enjoy your vetoes.
No, I'm good
that's
with the,
that's the nuclear option.
Those guys at the bottom will love that.
Yeah,
I'm good with Sean taking over.
It's $75. If that matters to you, we got a fucking problem. You shouldn't be playing fantasy.
Oh no!
It's either that, or if you guys want to, the top 8 who think they're going to make the playoffs, put up another 500, and we'll make it a real league.
All right.
Oh, I don't know if you can do that mid-season though.
What are you talking about?
That sounds a little juicy.
Put up another 500
That sounds
bucks.
a little juicy.
And the person who comes in last is beheaded.
Oh shit!
Live on NorCal Sports Network.
Hey, this is just season 1. God, they're gonna make a reality show about this shit.
Yeah.
No, I'm good with Proctor taking over the reins. I think that's a pretty good decision there, and I'm good with it.
It's come 2 weeks late, right? Like some people have gotten screwed.
Bora also did, Sean, I don't know if you saw this last week, but Bora was willing to increase his punishment and make it weird, like as part of the trade. Wasn't it?
That was Trock's argument. No. He's like, "Oh, I don't think the punishment is enough." So I'm like,
"All right, what are we talking about punishment? What?
Because they were worried that he was like trying to collude with Dan, and he was trying to prove it so much that he said, "Well, yeah, if I come in last, like I'll do an even worse punishment then, if we can put this trade through." Which is
you don't collude with someone. The thing is, you really can't collude with someone who's in fucking 7th place. Like
you can't.
No.
Like you have, like, for him to have to go on a run to make the playoffs and then roll through the playoffs. That's, it's not likely. I mean, it can happen, but like I said, right after the draft, the dude in first place, unless something happens, he's gonna win.
Right.
It's like the Oakland A's colluding with the Giants at the trade deadline or something.
I got to jump, but I'll leave it at this. Let's bury this whole thing. Sean, take over. Trades are trades. There's no collusion. Let's have fun in this league and continue forward.
Yeah,
right?
that's part of
Trock, you the man.
Part of trades, part of the fun of the league is just kind of making trades. Like, at least I enjoy it. I mean, I think other guys. I know Boris says he's in another league that's making all kinds of trades.
Right.
Yeah, and
at the end of the day, if you lose, you lose. You're only missing out $75. It's not that
right.
Big deal.
Yeah. $75.
It's just $75, but it's also a principle. It's like I'm trying to get better, and some people are just not allowing me to get better.
Right.
So I mean,
it's like the Draymond punch.
So I think we solved the issue. Yeah, there's no. Dan, there's no collusion against you, man. I was just joking, man.
I just don't know. So you didn't veto the Jefferson trade?
No, I didn't veto that one.
So I don't know.
I didn't care. And the other
trade, did you veto it?
I didn't care about the other trade.
No, Los doesn't veto trade.
I don't care.
I haven't vetoed a single trade all year.
Yeah.
Bora, you didn't veto it.
I think the trade between Haruku and Bora right now is actually a pretty damn good trade. I think that's a solid one.
But
I personally like to veto it, but I'm not gonna.
bitter.
I wanted Jackson. I was working on a trade to get Jackson, and I was working on.
I was going to send Bora. If
I get so and so, would you be willing to make this?
Why does MF? Wait a second. Why does MF think this is an absolute mess?
Hard to tell if he's joking or serious.
That's his saying. That's his saying. This is a mess. Everything's a mess.
But, I'm going to pop up. I got to go back to Eric's stream real quick.
Eric's on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But I wanted to hop on and clarify things. It's not about.
Bro.
I'm not
Will, you the man.
Or nothing.
All right, cool, Will.
I like Sean taking the reins on this.
All right, now we're going to get you guys all colluding the second Will stream.
Yeah, okay. What? How can we fuck Will? Here we go.
Fuck me up? No, I'm not going to trade anything. But anyways, guys, deuces.
Yeah. Later. Wait, so I'm really confused. Is MF joking or is he serious?
I think I think
he's joking about that, but the thing is, it's
you can't
he said a comment earlier on. Trying to find it, but it was just like he's vetoing. He's just vetoing just because there's so many trades. That's the only reason.
Well, that's
okay.
nuts.
Well, party's over.
There we go. So I guess I got to resend my trade or have him resend it back. Whoever.
By the way, do you guys have a trade deadline?
We do.
We do.
Okay. When is that? Because that you guys should just go live on NorCal Sports Network for like 8 hours. Trade deadline.
Let me see when the trade deadline is. I'm looking at it right.
The trade deadline is November 18th. I can change it to December 2nd for you, Dan. You can just have all the fucking time to make more trades. They give you November 4th, November 11th, November 18th, 25th, or December 2nd.
Ryan, we did a show
November 18th.
about a month ago.
Yeah.
Literally, these guys were looking at their phones for about an hour and a half. trying to get trade. It was hilarious. Dan, that was about a 3-hour show.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Trying to get trades done.
Yeah, Dylan Fink, go subscribe to the NorCal Sports Network for more of this drama.
Dude, I kind of like Dylan's vibe. I like Dylan's vibe.
Yeah, Dylan was also he's given like good fantasy advice.
Yeah, I mess with Dylan.
You've met him?
No, I mess with him.
Oh.
Entertainment, man.
So shoot. I mean, now I'm in danger of not getting this.
Well, send the trade again when the league.
It's done. It's done. No one can veto shit.
So just send it again and it'll be approved.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. Jeez, I'm thinking of all the lost deals that I.
Oh, Dan, you can't live in the past.
You can't live in the past.
Dan holding 4 phones trying to get last-minute trades in before.
Dan, you got a pretty good team. I don't know, man.
Yes, MF, we're eliminating vetoes. Sorry to disappoint you. You'll have to find something else for fun.
You know, if this trade had gotten vetoed between me and Heroku, I made up my mind. I was just going to release all my players.
Can't do that either.
Just a free for all. I think I could release like all but one.
You have only one player that's on the can't cut list.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Who's on your
Lamar Jackson?
list?
No, it's Bijan.
Lamar Jackson's definitely.
Lamar's got to be on the do not.
I can cut Lamar. I can cut Lamar.
Really?
I'm almost positive.
I fucking need Lamar.
I mean McCaffrey.
Yeah, McCaffrey might be on the table right now. Let's see. I need a lot. I need a wide receiver. I don't think the guy who has Tyreek Hill is going to trade him though.
All right, yeah, let's run through. What was the Jefferson trade one more time?
Hey, he's hurt. I might as well say another.
It was Justin Jefferson, David Montgomery, and Daniel Jones for Devontae Smith, Jared Goff, and Rashad White.
Very good. It's a very fair trade.
That's really so fair. I mean, Dan, you're just based on right now, you're losing that trade.
Right now.
When you evaluate it, what does it say?
It said it looks like it's pretty close to even, but I think I had you talking about it on Fantasy Pros?
Yeah, maybe do Fantasy Pros. The problem with Devontae Smith is like let's talk about Devontae Smith. What do you guys think about him? Because like
hate him on my team.
I know, and he's got a great fantasy football playoff schedule. The Eagles have like one of the best, and it seemed like it's like, okay, you know, we're gonna get 1 week of AJ Brown, then a week of Goddard, then a week of Devontae Smith, and it's just AJ Brown.
He's feast or famine. Like he'll and he's been like this his entire career. He'll go off and score 2 TDs and get like 150 yards, or he'll get like 2 catches for 13 yards.
And now it's just the AJ Brown show. So
yeah, AJ Brown is clearly wide receiver 1 on that team.
Oh God! Wait, so what's the latest with Tyreek Hill?
We all know in fantasy, like it really changes. It could go right back to Devontae Smith. There's nothing set in fantasy.
Exactly.
It goes back and forth. It really does.
I wouldn't want him on my team.
I'd probably like buy low for him. I'd probably trade Jalen Warren.
remember how high Brandon Ayuk's stock was? First 2 weeks.
That's true.
What's he done?
Okay. Now it's low key a little back.
God, he looked shitty in that game.
Up and down.
He looked shit.
Yeah, accurate, Dylan. Dan wins the trade long term. Other guy wins it currently. Fair move if records stand a certain way.
Yeah, he's like 2-5 trying to make the playoffs. And so he's sitting 2 guys that he can't even use. What good does that do if you're all of a sudden 2-7?
Yeah, no, that's true. Let's plug. What's Eric's channel again? It's
Military History Chronicles. Yeah.
Military History Chronicles.
So Tyreek's got a hip situation.
I mean, I don't know. I'm from Los, the thing I sent you, right? There's some uncertainty.
And Jalen Hurts has got a knee injury too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mostert has an ankle injury, I think.
A lot of questionable guys this week.
Their schedule coming up is
it's brutal. Also,
finally, because their schedule last year was a fucking cakewalk.
I know, and now the Lions have the cakewalk schedule.
Lions and Seahawks.
But yeah, I was gonna bring this up. I said this on a stream earlier. Now maybe this is just stupid, and it has nothing to do with fantasy football, but it has something to do with Jalen Hurts. So I was thinking about the tush push. This was before Brock even with injured on the QB sneak.
I heard your stream earlier. Yeah.
I was thinking about the tush push, and it's like
amazing.
Jalen Hurts cannot be the best rugby player in the world, even if he squats 2,000 pounds. So in the off season, I mean, the play is so unstoppable. Imagine Shanahan with, starting at 1st and 9 every time. And the freaking tush push, it realistically gets like 2 to 3 yards, sometimes 4 yards.
But here's the deal. It's not the only reason why it's partly Jalen Hurts, but it's really the line.
Yeah. And it's really
the line. It's Lane Johnson in that fucking line.
Hey guys, I'm going to cut out because I got to finish up some stuff.
You're that pissed off?
No, I got to finish up stuff with my wife. I got to get paperwork in for a job.
You're married?
Yes.
Married to the game, baby.
So anyway,
he just tried to trade his wife for Justin Jefferson. But
yeah.
Thanks. We got this thing solved. So no more vetoes. Hey, Dylan, thanks. Join my channel, NorCal Sports Network. We got fireworks going on there. Yeah, lots of stuff. But cool. Maybe there'll be some more trades actually happening now. Because it's getting closer to where guys are starting to think about making more trades now.
Yeah, it's getting into we're getting into the game theory part of fantasy football, which is always fun.
Yep. So you guys have a good one. Thanks, Rye, for having me.
Wait, Dan, who'd you make your trade with?
Purdy.
Is that Carlo?
No, Cameron.
Okay, all right. He's active.
We should have made this a keeper league where you can trade draft picks. So like,
guys, don't send anything now because I got to get this deal. If
after.
Got to be approved. Otherwise, yeah.
Keeper league
next year. You know what I'm saying, Rye?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because it would be so.
Keeper.
I'm in a keeper league.
You know what sucks is if somebody now goes after Jefferson knowing he's available because I'm the one who thought of it and other guys probably didn't even think of it. Now they go after Jefferson with a deal. If that happens, I'll tell you what. If that deal, I'm going to really blow it.
Oh,
really,
no.
I'm serious because you can't veto a trade and then sneak in and make the same deal for yourself.
Why don't you just make the trade again?
I did, but I'm saying, what happens if those guys who veto it start giving him a bet,
if
an
Cameron
offer he likes better?
Cameron hasn't accepted the second one, right?
Yeah, he hasn't accepted.
That Donnie Brasco temper will come out.
Dan, I'm gonna be working on a deal for Jefferson right now, Dan.
You'll be happy. You'll get your $75 back. I'm serious, and I'm serious. I'm not playing anymore. I'm not gonna play with this BS. $75 is nothing. I just send it back and just enjoy your freaking free league. Because I got the money right here. I got everybody's Venmo. If that happens, somebody else gets this deal that is competitive in the league because you didn't think of it because you're vetoing my deals so you can turn.
What
around
if Bora gets
Dan, I feel like you're baiting people into doing this right now.
Yeah, just stop talking.
Yeah. Well, just send the money back.
I'm sending the trade. I'm looking at deals.
Or I'll just send the money back to the bottom 6, and then the tops, whoever wins, can split a smaller piece.
Just creating off the fly, creating off the dribble here. Good work.
Or we just redraft. Let's just blow it up and redo the whole
Yeah,
refund.
hit the refunds button. Yeah, there you go.
Dylan's stoking the fire.
So anyway, you guys have a great night, man.
Later, Dan.
Yeah, have fun.
That's so funny.
Oh my god, he just put himself in a terrible spot there. No one was thinking about that.
No one was thinking. Now I'm like shit.
Yeah.
No. He said competitive. So if you're per Los, if you're below 6, you're not competitive. So then theoretically it wouldn't be a problem, right?
It would also be funny if he like sent the Venmos back and then you all just kept sending the Venmo back to him. Just never ending cycle.
That's really funny.
Yeah, you guys saw the hit that Purdy took to get concussed, right?
Yeah, that was scary.
A quarterback sneak. Now I'm not saying people are going to target Hurts on the tush push, but I'm just saying, like, linebackers could come flying over the top. And
I mean, you saw what Fred Warner tried to do.
Hit. When I saw it again, I was like, holy shit.
I didn't see it. Who
It was one of the Vikings linebackers. And by the way,
I'll pull it up.
No helmet to helmet call. That's about as blatant a helmet to helmet as you can have.
I don't know if you can call a helmet to helmet there, though. It's like so many things are happening.
He's a runner. He's a runner.
He launched himself.
Did he launch?
He's a runner.
He launched himself at him and hit him helmet to helmet. And they're supposed
he's a runner.
To protect the quarterbacks. Yeah, he's a runner, but you still can't get a guy helmet to helmet.
It's this angle. All right.
I guarantee if that was Tom Brady, I guarantee if that's Tom Brady or Peyton Manning, that's a 15-yard penalty. Guarantee.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if you're a runner, you can do whatever you want to them.
Oof.
How many times have we seen helmet to helmet called just on running backs, wide receivers?
Yeah, I mean, I think that overall that's just a tough one to call because you just.
No, I agree. I like old school football. Trust me. I don't like this kind of football at all. But if that is the rule, that's a helmet to helmet.
No, that's the argument. It's like the consistency, right?
Wait, back up. What? Yeah. Show me a running back who gets a handoff and gets a helmet to helmet call. Then it doesn't happen ever.
It
linebackers and safeties come down into the box and they smash into running backs' helmets almost every single carry.
It depends how much traffic, like, if the running back's running up the middle and there's a lot of traffic, it's going to be really difficult to call it.
Have you seen a helmet to helmet?
Down, it's inevitable that they're going to hit helmet to helmet.
But I mean, have you seen a referee throw the flag for a 15-yard penalty helmet to helmet on a running back with a carry?
I'm trying to.
I haven't seen it
say
lately, but
no,
I know it's been called. Because I distinctly remember everybody that's commentating saying, "Well, whenever it's helmet to helmet, they're going to always throw the flag." And I'm like,
but on a carry, wide receivers all day long, tight ends, yes, quarterbacks, yes, but running backs,
no, quarterbacks, no, because they just didn't call it right there.
No, I'm saying like if quarterback is he drops back in the pocket and he's getting ready to throw and someone comes in and like hits him in the head or smashes in him helmet to helmet, that they're supposed to call that, except in the Super Bowl when that fucking linebacker for KC came right up the gut and hit Jimmy G right in the fucking face mask. And the referee was looking right at it. That dirty motherfucker. That referee, Bill Vinovich, is a fucking dirty piece of shit. Didn't call it. And then Jimmy G was concussed the rest of the game. Just like Purdy last week. He was shit the rest of the game. Jimmy G was shit the rest of the Super Bowl.
Mahomes is going to get them calls.
MF asked if the concussion affected his play. Yeah, he was 2 for the very next passing play through the interception, 2 for 6, 2 picks.
That was a nasty hit. His head just snapped back.
Right. Can you bring up that play in the Super Bowl, please? Just so we can really feel like shit.
God.
You know what I'm talking about? It was that white guy. He was like their their hybrid linebacker. What was that guy's name? He's not even in the league. He's not in the league anymore.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah,
He's super annoying, and he was pretty good in that Super Bowl.
He was good in that Super Bowl, but he came right up the gut.
His line never had one holding call the whole Super Bowl against that dominant.
But they did have the most They did Sorensen. That's right. They did have the most holding calls throughout the entire NFL season.
But during the Super Bowl against a dominant defensive line, no.
They held Nick Bosa on every fucking play. Eric Fisher had his hand inside Bosa's chest plate on every fucking play, especially the 3rd and 17 that changed the game to Tyreek.
Conspiracy.
1,000%. They wanted Mahomes to be their golden boy. They thought Tom Brady was retiring. They said, we need a new golden boy, and Mahomes is it. And there you go.
Look, the Eagles game was fixed. The Eagles got shafted on that defensive holding. I mean, that
game was fixed.
Was not called the whole game. And then
that game was fixed.
Like, you bring Jimmy it up, right? G, I can't find it. I'm seeing like when you search like Jimmy G head to head.
I'll send it to you.
Sorensen. It's like Jimmy G is 0-3 head to head versus Kansas City Chiefs.
There is no sport more than football that referees decide game officials.
I know. You know what? Also, like
they're also part-time.
I could give you a list and go down the list. Probably Sean can match me from the 83 NFC Championship to the Seahawks. The one they lost to the Seahawks, the Crabtree Sherman game.
Oh my God.
Central Valley.
Was the worst officiated game I've seen in 40 years of watching football. 40 years. I swear to God, there was like 8 calls that went against the Niners, including 2 that were shot clock violations. Like a call could be interpreted, but 30 seconds is 30 seconds. And there was 2 huge plays in that game that the clock went off and they still had time to make a play. And the touchdown that they went ahead, the Seahawks, they blew the whistle, but they let him continue to make the play, and he hit the touchdown. Everybody else, it's a dead play, no play. They let.
So go back to the last comment. Yeah, I had a $250 ticket on Bosa to win MVP at 40-1.
Oh,
I had Debo.
And Bosa would have won. He was dominant in that game, even while being held every fucking play. I was going to win 10 grand. Made me sick.
Damn.
Here, I'm going to send you this.
Yeah, that was sickening.
Oh, by the way, it's just, so I bragged about it on, I don't know if I said anything about it on this show, but just since we're talking about just bummers, I tweeted out about how, I had the Rangers to win the AL and to win the World Series.
Yeah.
Because obviously that's a good flex. But before Game 7, I was so nervous and I needed the money. And so I talked to my bookie and he's like, I'll give you $720 to cancel them both. And it was like, oh, that is such a reasonable deal. And so I did
your bet back?
But basically the AL and the World Series got canceled. Oh, also, so the AL bet to win the AL, it was 50 to win 900, and then the World Series was 50 to win 1650. And he's like, I'll just clear them both. Yeah, something like that. 2450, I think. So I was just like, I honestly, that game five stole my soul.
Why didn't you call me? I would have bought them off for you for like $1,000. I would have.
He should give you at least half of that. At least half of that.
Next time, call me.
And then what makes it worse is that then also like now like the Rangers are like minus 200 in the stupid World Series.
They're gonna win.
They're gonna win it.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
The Snakes, man.
I keep thinking Arizona's gonna lose, and they don't. Those are 3 good teams they beat.
Yeah, I got about 30%.
They play old school baseball, man. What I love beating the Phillies is the Phillies are a 230 power hitting team. Low batting average, swing for the fences. Let me get the big contract. Fuck you. Baseball is about situational hittings, great defense, great relief pitching. That's what Arizona did. So,
also, I just love Philly taking Owls. I just love it.
Yeah.
I love it
into my veins.
2010. I love winning on their field too because their fans are so fanatics. And
how many rookies does Arizona have again?
Well, and that's another reason why I love them. They actually play their young players.
Yeah.
Something the Bay Area does not do very much.
Yeah. Also, what has Mad Dog responded since he said that he's going to retire?
He's just made a bunch of jokes. He's like tried to play it off cool and like, ha 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 ha. Yeah. Not to like touch any sore spots because I mean, it still is very sore for me. But I remember there was a lot of people that were literally like, I'm not joking. I will actually eat an entire book if the Cavaliers come back and win this series.
when they're down 3-1, and just like a bunch of that. No one ever does anything.
No.
Think Orioles. I know. I also had the Orioles. That was another big winner for me. I had Orioles to win the division, and just no good insight by me. Just like literally random. Just was like, wow, those are good odds. Let me take them. Go Ravens. Hope y'all ain't Lions fans because they just got dogged. I'm a Lions fan now. We're all Niners fans, but the Lions are my second team this year, and I actually like that they lost to the Ravens because now everyone's off the scent. But in reality, they have one difficult game left the rest of the year versus the Cowboys towards the end of the year. I still think I would.
What's they're 5-1, right? Or 6-1?
They're 6-2.
5-2.
5-2. So
5-2. I mean,
easy ass schedule, and I just think they're legit. And I think it was a bad matchup. They had a couple games last year versus running quarterbacks, did horrible. There's also the Lamar shock factor. Like
Baltimore's also pretty
Baltimore.
good. Baltimore
is good.
Lamar's
6-1 to win MVP.
Yeah, I mean that's the best.
He would be my favorite right now, right? I mean,
it's Mahomes at plus 250, Tua at plus 500, and Lamar at 600. I got a pretty juicy ticket on Lamar.
I reinvested
14-1.
Ooh.
Let me go get it.
I think he could pull it off.
I reinvested in Goff.
Well, Martinez, if you want Justin Fields, you gotta make me an offer. Well, listen. Now, Justin Fields is a perfect example of fantasy football that I talked about.
Yes.
Beginning of the season, trash, worst quarterback in football history. I stuck with him. Then all of a sudden, he figured it out. He started running again. He started making plays. Oh, God, he's back to being a top 5 quarterback. Then he gets hurt. So, perfect example. Up, down, up, down.
Oh, let's go. Wow, that's so legit that you just have the ticket.
Nice.
How about that shit? 300 to win 4,200.
Speaking of like the Ravens, like AFC North, that's one thing that sucks is that the Bengals are so behind the 8 ball. They are going to be very motivated for this game.
They are.
The Browns are 5-2. The zombie ass Steelers are somehow 4-2.
They're 4-2.
Their offense is so bad.
It's so bad.
Every time I watch a Steelers game, it's like their offense is just so like mid. It's just there's no flow. There's no creativity. It's just like shotgun pass, shotgun run.
Can we talk about how shitty Nick Bosa is?
Your ticket's not looking too good, huh?
He admitted. Mm-mm. Well, we both cashed the Nick Bosa last year, so it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I won 5,000 on it last year, so I can throw a little bit back on it. But
what I see on Bosa, guys, is when he first came into the league, he was a speed rusher, he was a power rusher, and he used his hands to get offensive linemen's hands off of him.
Mm-hmm.
This year, I see a guy that is just an inflated Hulk that is just mammoth, and he just says, "I'm so big, I outlift everybody in the league. I'm going to power rush every single time." I don't see any speed rushes. I don't see him using his hands. That's what made Nick Bosa a great pass rusher. I see him trying to bull rush and thinking egotistically he can overpower everybody. You can't, dog. Like, I don't care how much weight you can lift. You were trying to move 370 pounds Devon Jones of the Browns with a 7'4" wingspan. You ain't moving him with your power rush. So go back to using your hands. Go back to using your speed, which you still have, and maybe lay off like having to lift such heavy weights. Like, he was trim and fast. He's not as fast anymore.
There was a stat.
He is trying to bull rush watch him. He's trying to.
His mom said he's a specimen.
His mom's best shape of his life.
You heard that interview?
That's not helping him as a football player.
Nick's a specimen now. I'm like,
yeah,
that's kind of fucking weird, actually.
Yeah, there's a dusting of incestuous.
No, but I saw a stat where of the reps he took against Darisaw, he took 40 reps. He won 1 rep against Darisaw. Yeah,
that's not the highest paid defensive player in the league. I'm sorry.
He admitted. I saw Lombardi asked him about it. He was pretty candid. He said
he's mid.
He said he basically said like he's having a mid-year, and he admitted that he's had 2 bad games. Funny thing is, he said one of them was good Carlos was the Browns game, even though he had a sack. He said that like the whole him coming in late missing training camp has like actually affected him. And he said,
Who would have thought?
Normally, like I know, like he said that he's like mid-game, he's finding himself like thinking about like all this stuff he's trying to add to his rush package. And it's like he's playing slow. Whereas in the past, like he's played completely instinctive because he took care of all that stuff in the training camp. So I don't know. I think Bosa's in for a big week. That's part of my handicap for this week. I think he's locked in. Warner said it's a must win. Charvarius is pissed at himself. Freaking Steve Wilkes has been dragged even by Shanahan all week.
Yeah,
I think
the small problem.
Small problem.
One small
what is it?
problem from USC.
Oh, I know. But I think I think Darnold's good for one game. I think he can be good for one game.
I don't know, man. What's the line? It was 5.5. It's probably 7 now, right?
No, it's 3.
It's 3.
What? Yeah.
Why did it go down?
Ask your questions, Dylan.
Ask your questions, Dylan. It was 5, it was 6, then it went down to 5.5 after Monday, and then the Brock thing came out. Now it's 3 with juice towards 2.5. So it's gonna probably be 2.5 when Brock's officially announced out. And I kind of like the Niners.
Oh my God. I bet the Bengals plus 5.5.
Then good value.
Yeah.
I swear.
We can both win our bets.
Yeah, we'll middle this shit.
24-20.
Sean, I'll ask this to you because you're a little bit older to age. With me, all the years you've been watching pro sports, when guys get their max contracts, give me a percentage of how many of them actually live up to those contracts. Any sport. Well, let's throw out hockey. Let's just do baseball, basketball, football. They get a max deal and they actually live up to their deal.
It's probably like 20%.
I think it's less than that. And that's why, Ryan, when you guys were talking about the Warriors stuff last night with Clay, if I was in there, I would have been like, no way. I subscribe to the Bill Walsh theory. Like, I only want you in your good years.
Does Clay really think he's going to max?
Like 30,
yeah, he does.
35
he does.
4 years.
He's not. And Joe Lacob in the pregame said that he wants Clay back. So he better not give him a fucking max deal.
He's not going to.
I do 3 for 75 with the last one being.
He's not even worth 75, man. He's fucking washed.
He's a role player. Yeah, I think 25 is like the going rate for like a good role player.
Okay, give him 30. I mean, he got a fucking max deal when he tore his ACL.
Yeah, I mean, how much millions does he have? Right, he's got to have like at least $500 million.
He can buy so many boats.
Just
so many fucking boats.
He thinks he'll get that if he goes to like a free agent. He thinks the Lakers will give him that. He really does.
They probably would.
He has said multiple times that he wants to retire as a Warrior.
That's what makes it a little surprising that he's not coming down on that number.
That's bullshit. It's total bullshit. It's not going to happen.
Draymond took more than 100.
It's not going to happen.
Wiggins took less, although Wiggins looked like less last night.
But Clay is in the middle of like figuring out. He's like hasn't come to the acceptance stage yet, but he will.
I want him.
He's super stubborn.
I want him to not hunt shots. I want him to sit in the fucking corner like PJ Tucker, and I want him just to shoot threes from the corner. That's what I want.
Yes.
Just stand right there in the fucking corner. You can hit that all day long.
You can probably shoot.
You can shoot that at 45% clip.
Yeah, exactly. That's all the Ray Allen on the Heat
all day long.
And Kerr's afraid to go to him and tell him, would you consider coming off the bench? Iguodala did it, and we won with it.
It'll happen. Los, it'll happen.
For a guy that is so mellow, so like not drama, like he's creating drama by like. If he was doing it for the team, he would come off the bench. Because I tell you, if Moses Moody gets 30 to 34 minutes a game, he's getting 18 to 20, playing better D and rebound.
Moses Moody's coming. He's coming.
I'm not going to say he's a better player than Clay, but it's getting close.
Check this out. Here's how I know that shit is different now. Okay. Last night, years past, even up to last year, who's closing that game? Wiggins or Kuminga?
Yeah,
Wiggins.
It's Wiggins all day long.
Yeah.
5 years ago, maybe it's not Wiggins, but it's like the Wiggins type player.
Yeah.
The guy that's making a ton of money, the guy that should close the game, he's in there. Whether he's playing like shit, like if that player, whatever Wiggins or whatever that player is playing as bad as he played in that game, Kerr would still close with him. Kerr would not deviate from that plan. Last night, he did. He deviated from the plan. Kuminga finished the game because Kuminga was playing better. He had more energy. He was going for rebounds. He was, at least trying.
He's more athletic.
Wiggins is way more athletic. Wiggins, well, not way more. Wiggins is pretty athletic.
Yeah.
But he just was sleepwalking. He was not two-way Wiggs. He was fucking sleepy, weepy Wiggs. Like he's just.
He was such.
That's how that tells me that Kerr. That tells me that Kerr is
just taking it day to day.
He's just he's changing his coaching style a little bit at least, right?
They made a point of that, but here's the thing: it's like, you can do that to Wiggins, that's fine, but like, Clay, I thought Clay was brutal on the floor last year or last week.
If Clay plays the way he played in game 1, if he hunts shots and continues to get the whole team out of rhythm, I guarantee he's not starting in like 2 or 3 weeks from now. I guarantee it.
If he's not starting, I guarantee you're going to see something in the media that he's going to want to trade or something because his ego is pretty high.
I don't think so.
You don't think? I mean, his ego right now is off the charts. He thinks he's a $35 million player.
Well, like Ryan just said, he hasn't come to grips yet. But as soon as he has
ever
talk
going to though, like
as soon as he has a talk,
going to wait for him to accept he's just not the player he was, or
he'll have a talk with his dad. He'll have a talk with Draymond and Steph. He'll have a talk with Andre, and he'll realize what's going on.
Wow. Wait, Dylan Fink's question. One league, I feel like I got too much depth. He has an insane amount of depth. Are you making moves, and for what kind of guys? 12-team PPR. He lost Anthony Richardson, got Stroud. Stroud's going to have a good week. Pollard, James Cook, Mixon, Herbert, Spears, and Hunt. Now it's like you got Hunt with no Jerome Ford. Okay. And then Diggs, Ayuk, Hollywood, Michael Thomas, Josh Downs, and Mark Andrews.
I would get rid of Hunt and Herbert.
And Mixon.
Yeah. I don't want any, like, if you could try and sell the Herbert, because it seems like Foreman had a good week this week. And the worst part about it is I think that's about to turn into a 3-headed monster. I think it's going to be Herbert, Roshan Johnson, and a little bit of Devontae Foreman or however you say his name.
Devontae Foreman he was good last year for the
Panthers.
He was really good.
And I'm so pissed about that because I got Roshan Johnson in my other real big money league, and like the opening was there for him. It was there, back. And now he's concussed for not 1 week, but now going on 2.5 weeks because he played the Thursday game where he actually got hurt. So now, by being out, Foreman has gone in, done well, and now he's going to be probably the number 1 guy. Roshan Johnson just did his first practice today, so he's going to stay in that number 2 position. He could have been the number 1 guy, but
the only thing going for Roshan is that they drafted him. So
he's a big back.
That's the only thing that's going for him.
He's a big back, and he can catch the ball.
So Dylan said what he's thinking about doing is buying low on Eckler. Eckler owner lost Achane and Connor to IR. Maybe move Mixon and James Cook for Eckler, or a James Cook, Michael Thomas for Eckler. Yeah, I was gonna say try and that Mixon, Herbert, Spears, Hunt. Try and move that lot and try and get a 3rd running back.
I would keep Spears though.
Yeah, I'm not giving up Spears and this
because Derrick Henry's on the block, and if he goes or if he gets injured, Spears is going to get lots of run, especially now that Levis is starting, right?
But I think that's part of the equation. Like if you're trying to trade with someone that's a smart fantasy guy, they'll understand that Spears is on the come up. And that's true. If you get it right now, you buy before the breakout with Derrick Henry leaving and all of that kind of stuff. And you can really sell the Kareem Hunt, because what you don't want to have happen is for Pierre Strong to come in and get the Jerome Ford role. And
that's
Kareem
what
Hunt's
I think is exactly going to happen.
Yeah. So if you could trade those 4, Mixon, Herbert, Spears, Hunt, and you could get another running back caliber of like James Cook, just so you have 3 studs that you can rely on. Or like you're saying, if you want to go after Eckler, I mean, James Cook in PPR is pretty good.
I would do Mixon, Hunt, and MT for Eckler. I would see if you could do
Dylan,
that.
if you could find a way to get Nico Collins. I'm a big fan of doubling up your quarterback with your wide receiver, Tua and Tyreek.
Yeah.
So if you can get Stroud and Nico Collins is the number one guy, Nico Collins, Diggs, and Ayuk is a nice threesome receiver.
Yeah. Or alternatively, I said it earlier, I think this is like the time to buy on Tank Dell because everyone's forgot about him. He hasn't been playing for like 3 weeks. Houston's was off for a week. People just kind of forgot. Tank Dell's awesome. And if you can get, I mean, maybe you capitalize on, I think Josh Downs is pretty legit, but you know, I'd flip Josh Downs for Tank Dell 100%.
I got Cook in my other league. Good things happen when that guy touches the ball, but Jesus, Buffalo does not come into the running game.
I know. Well, and Damian Harris is out now, and
Latavius Murray, right? He's getting some run. He's
still
sort of the goal line back.
Goal line, yeah.
But they don't throw to Cook as much as I thought they were going to. Like
Yeah.
I see him open a lot. But
You know who's going to start cooking?
Downfield.
Kincaid. He's going to start cooking.
Kincaid, but this guy's got Andrews.
Knox just got on IR.
Yeah, well, yeah, Kincaid's gonna start cooking, and another guy that's definitely available in like everyone's leagues, unless it's hyper competitive, is Trey McBride.
I just picked him up.
Yeah,
I have Mayer,
on IR.
McBride, and Kincaid.
Yeah, okay, I love that because one of them are bound to
Exactly. Yeah.
Isaac said, "Would you trade Cook, Higgins, and Rice for Bijan and Olave?"
I hate Olave.
It's here's the thing.
Which
Bijan,
Cook though? Is this James Cook?
James Cook.
I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do that either.
I think Olave and Carr have no chemistry. I think Bijan is just going to keep on getting split carries, and Rice is on the come up. He's their one. His route, like share or production, whatever you want to call it, is like up there with Ayuk and whoever, like some elite receivers. And Higgins is coming back from injury, so I mean he's gonna get some run too.
Yeah, I'd maybe give it a week. I would want to see Bijan have a decent game.
Yeah.
A decent game, and then maybe see Higgins see his health. Trade Mixon and Ayuk for a Chase or Cup. Yeah. I'd be a little scared of I don't know. Cup. Like I do think Cup is, the only thing that scares me with the Rams receivers is just Stafford's health. During the playoffs. Like, is Stafford going to be available?
Who is their backup quarterback?
Oh, it's someone really bad because he had to come in for one.
No, that dude's actually not bad. The white guy, he's not that bad.
Oh, the white dude.
Brett
Yeah, the white guy.
Who is it?
Stetson Bennett.
Yeah, that guy's not bad.
Georgia quarterback.
Oh, he didn't come. I don't think he came in earlier this year. I don't know if he dresses. But yeah, I guess he would.
He is actually not bad. Smaller, but he's not bad.
Also, Hollywood. Maybe wait on Hollywood. Imagine if Hollywood ends up on the Chiefs. Like, that would be nuts. And I think he could get traded.
Chiefs are going to get another weapon. Watch.
You think so? I don't know if they will. I think they're
Spears.
Stroud, Kamara, Bijan, JT. That's fire. Chase, Cup, AJ Brown, Laporta, Ravens D. Don't do anything.
6-team league.
Yeah. Come on, man. What's that?
Moody might cost you, but
ask Ready Set Rush how many are in your league.
Yeah, how many are in your league? Ready Set Rush.
Well, he got Stroud late, and that just happened to work out.
Yeah, like maybe.
Kamara took a chance out the first 3 weeks. Bijan was probably his first round pick. Chase, well,
he got JT late. I mean, this guy. You know what? This was what could have happened. He could have drafted like right before the season started and got JT late, and then got Cup late,
and Kamara late, That's what I did in my other league. I got Kamara and JT.
And then he might have just picked Laporta off waivers week 1.
That's exactly what he did. Yeah.
Oh wow.
It was Bijan in the first.
Or no. But he would have had Chase. He would have had Chase in the first.
You think so?
Is Daniel Jones going to play this week?
I don't know.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Hey, there's another guy in that 10 to 20% range that got the big contract, right, Sean?
Jones.
Dylan
contract.
Yeah, he didn't get a max deal though. Like he didn't.
Doesn't matter. That dude is worth 10 million. He ain't worth 40.
Well, he wasn't good before he got.
He wasn't good
contract,
before.
though.
So
What is wrong with these owners? And
we're talking about. Your point was like really good players who get money, who get paid.
No, I was talking about any player that gets some kind of a big. Jimmy Garoppolo when he got his contract.
I mean, just look at the Niners. You got Garoppolo, Armstead, Bosa, Debo, Kittle.
Quarterback in football. After 5 games, like I want to be in that room, a fly on the wall, and I want to hear how in the hell his agent sold that to Lynch and said, "My quarterback won 5 games for you. Please make him higher paid than Brady."
Didn't they have the franchise tag available too?
And they said, "Yeah, okay."
It ended up being like an okay deal, just like the way contracts kept going up. Wow. But like I agree, I don't think like the Daniel Jones thing. That's an NBA. That's what NBA teams do. Like
that's a GM fireable offense move.
But if you look at the NBA, like the NBA has players that get max deals and still play really well.
Supermax.
Yeah. But also they have guys that are just like, like if you're a market like
they have scrubs that are getting 20 million.
I mean, like for example, like when DC, like they gave like Bradley Beal the biggest contract in the league, and like now he's he's on a contender now, but he'll be the 3rd option.
He didn't even play opening night. What the fuck?
Sean, I think you're onto something. I think basketball is the sport where more than likely you're going to live up to the contract, and I think baseball. I think baseball's the worst.
Baseball's the worst.
Baseball, you could be like who's the guy that went to the Angels, the 3rd baseman from Washington?
Anthony Rendon.
Yeah.
Jesus, that guy was so money for Washington, and oh my God, he's such crap.
Well, he's been injured too, so I mean,
when he's healthy, he's crap.
Baseball kids. Yeah, hey, kids, play fucking baseball.
I know,
baseball kids. Like, learn. I have 2 boys. I'm gonna try my best to get those kids to play baseball.
Have a good year in your contract year. It doesn't matter.
Or just make it to the bigs. You could become a multimillionaire if you're fucking mid and you make it to the bigs.
I know it's a longer path to get to the big leagues. Everything is fast.
Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
I think in baseball you kind of have to be a star because you get because I mean you're forced
average reliever and you can get millions.
No, I mean if you're a position player, your first 4 years in the big leagues you're getting like 500,000, and then you have a bunch of arbitration years, which are like $1 million to $2 million. I mean and then by the time you're 30, you're looking for your second contract or your first contract. I mean. That's a little. I mean, and that all depends on if you get out of the minor leagues.
Wait. We have to listen. This is some all-time stuff here. Ready, set, rush. So it's a 10-team league. Listen to these moves he's made. He said, "Yeah, I played the late game. I traded Puka for Chase in week 2 when Chase was ass. 10-man league." And then he said, "I got Kyron and Achane off waivers and then traded them both for AJ Brown."
Nice.
Oh my God, you don't need any help. Kind of okay giving up Cook, doesn't get red zone work, and I hate Buffalo's one-dimensional offense. It runs through Diggs and practically only Diggs. Yep. I mean, I understand it is frustrating. Like Josh Allen's going to have rushing touchdowns. They're going to bring in Latavius. I mean, I feel that way about Bijan even. Like at time, like Desmond Ridder.
Yeah, of the 2 games I've watched for Atlanta, the majority of the red zone touches have gone to Algiers, and now. What's his name? Patterson is back, who's big huge. I mean, he plays bully ball, so I mean, they're going to be giving these guys.
But you know what is frustrating is having Cook. I mean, he's running back 3. He gets me 10 to 14 every week. It's not like he gets 2 or 3.
Yeah, it's reliable. It's
very steady, and you got to have 3 or 4 guys on your roster that are steady every week. They're not overwhelming, but they're not going to give you 0s or 1s.
I agree with that. It's like. And then especially if you have that as your RB2 and RB1, you're rolling with a Pollard.
Who's JT?
Jonathan Taylor. Oh, take it and run.
Yeah.
Take that. Take it and run. Picked up Kincaid 10 minutes ago. I have Ingram, so basically I see it as a 1-for-1 between JT and Jones. Yeah, do it. Graves brings up. Have them throw it left-handed as well.
I need to make a trade in my keeper league. So I'm in that keeper league where You can keep 3. It's a super flex. You keep 3 players. They have to be different positions, and then each year you keep them. They move up around.
What's the difference between keeper and dynasty?
Dynasty, I believe you just have that player forever.
All of your players?
Keeper, you have to keep them each week, and if you don't want to keep each year, if you don't want to keep them, you can release them.
Okay.
Who are you keeping? Who are your 3 guys you're keeping?
Actually, the way you have to win the league is you have to pick up dudes off the waivers that end just fucking blowing up. Like that's how you win. So
like a chain.
I picked up Devontae Adams his rookie year off waivers. So I kept him in the 15th round, the 14th round, the 13th round, the 12th round, like all the way. And so I think this year was like the 9th round.
So do they start if you pick him up on waivers? Does it start in the 15th round, or is that everybody you draft?
No. So if you draft someone in the 8th round and they blow up, you keep them in the 7th. But if you pick up someone off of waivers, then you keep them in the last round the next year.
Oh, that's so fire!
Wait, so you go through your whole draft, and your 15th round pick is that player?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. If you pick them off of waivers, if you pick them off the waivers the year before. So I'm gonna have a decision. So this year's my keepers were Devontae Adams in the 9th round, Darren Waller in like the 11th or 12th because I picked him off of waivers, and that was it. I normally, it doesn't really make sense to keep your first round pick because if the running back's going in the first round anyways, depending on the order of the draft, it kind of changes things. I only had 2 keepers, but I picked up Nakua before the year started off of waivers. So I'm going to have to decide whether I want Devontae Adams in the 8th round or whether I want Nakua in the 15th.
I would go
Nakua.
Oh, dirty. So listen to my wide receivers. Like I need to make trades. So it's a 3 wide receiver league. Superflex, quarterback, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, tight end, Superflex. My wide receivers are Diggs, Devontae Adams, Nakua, Mike Evans, and Ayuk, and Thielen.
Wow. That's actually stressful because that's like, who do I play every week?
Yeah,
I just play Nakua, Adams, and Diggs. I've lost. I'm
Thielen's been a monster. I mean, who could have seen that coming?
So I need to make a trade because I can't. I can only start 3 wide receivers, and I have 6 that are.
Where are you weak at? Running back, quarterback?
Here, let me just see if I can. Let's see.
Sam Howell's a weakness.
You've Jonathan Taylor.
Side note. This is the league where my fucking boys. I thought the draft started at 8:30, and it really started at 8. And my boys didn't call me, and I came in the 7th round. So that's why I have Sam Howell, and my quarterbacks are shit.
Sam Howell's not a bad quarterback. He just has a shit old line that can't protect them.
Who are your running backs? Pollard and
Jonathan Taylor.
Your boys knew what they were doing.
Yeah, you need a quarterback.
Yeah, I do.
Trade your 4 and 5 wide receivers for
trade Thielen.
Maybe another running back and a QB.
Carolina's going to trade for some receiver.
What about Diggs? Don't you think I could get someone like a QB1 for Diggs?
I would do like Thielen. Who's your other receiver?
Diggs, Adams, Nakua, Mike Evans, Ayuk, and Thielen.
Oh,
this is a 12 team.
Ready, set, rush brings. I don't think you could do this. Thielen and Evans for Bijan. You probably couldn't get that. But a guy like Bijan, who's been a little disappointing this year, but just having him in Dynasty would be so sick. Or keepers would be so sick.
Well, he went in the first round.
Oh, he went in the first round.
So you'd have to keep him in the first round.
So it all depends on what round they won in the previous year.
Okay. What round they were drafted in. So that's why, like, truly, like the dude who's does really well, picked up Mahomes when he was drafted. Right, he didn't play that first year, and so he picked him off a waiver. So he's had Mahomes every fucking year at the end of the draft. It's kind of fun. It's a fun thing, and you can also trade draft picks. So, like right now, if you're in shit, you're like, okay, I will trade you. I'll trade you Nakua, like whoever they want off my team, but I want your 1st and 2nd round of next year.
Damn.
So you could stack your team big time. You just punt. You punt this year. It's a $200 league. So you punt the $200 and you stack up for next year.
I wouldn't trade Diggs. I would target a quarterback that maybe is not having the best year, but you feel like in the second half might kind of go off.
Dylan Fink brings up Jalen Hurts. I mean, Jalen Hurts has a money schedule down the end of the season, and they're gonna because it's really difficult, and then the end of the season is actually really easy, and they're gonna need to be winning games. Like, there's no way they're gonna sit.
So the guy in last place, Penn State Tickle Monsters.
Oh no. Yeah, I've got a guy in one of my leagues named Jerry's Boys, referring to similar thing.
Actually, side note, like, can you remember like the funniest like kind of dirty like team name you've ever done? Los, Rye, Bora. I have a favorite in my mind that
I have one I can't say out loud.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
that was your actual team name through the whole year?
Type in the chat, Rye. Private chat.
Yeah, type in the chat. I want to see this.
It's not even that funny, but it's just I just know
dirty from a male female point of view, or just
no. It's not even that dirty. It's just I wouldn't want it out there.
Well, back when I had the first pick overall, I took Marshall Falk. I named my team Falk U.
Okay, no,
that's not really dirty, but that's about
so kind of not PC correct.
Yeah,
that's funny. Same team. Do you remember when Roethlisberger was like kind of got into a little bit of legal trouble?
Yeah.
Do you remember the team name that everyone was running with? I ran with it too.
No, I don't.
Been there, raped that.
Oh.
Wow.
Bad.
Bad.
Wow. Instead of been there, done that.
I was Jimmy G spot for a few years.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
It's tame.
So the dude in last place has Tua. He is he's pulling Penn State's Tickle Monsters is 1-6. So I could try to get Tua from him. But I'd have to give him he doesn't care about this year, so I'd have to give him a pick from next year.
Is the thought that Tua is still gonna eventually get hurt? Because that's what I heard week 1.
I would maybe trade to
sell high.
Trade him Devontae.
Sell high.
God, I thought about it. I really have.
Like, if you could just nab some other, because
I could get a lot for him. But
Would you rather have Lamar Jackson or Tua?
Lamar.
Not
even the question.
Season. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna text the dude that has Lamar. He's the commissioner. He'll make a trade.
I would rather have Lamar as a regular quarterback. I might want to keep Tua as a fantasy quarterback because at the end of the day, Baltimore runs the ball a lot.
They run Lamar a lot, though.
Not as much as they have in the past.
I feel like Lamar's kind of lost a step. He looks slow compared to years past.
I don't know if he looks slow, but I don't know if they're using him as much as a runner.
Exactly.
Well, he's throwing the ball a lot more accurately.
But I like how he's throwing the ball. I really do. I love Zay Flowers.
Ooh.
I still don't understand. I just don't understand why they draft. I know the Ravens are a really smart organization, but I don't understand why they always draft these small outside receivers. I know Flowers is a little more of a
Bateman
slotty kind of guy, but it's like Bateman, get Hollywood Brown, never
get the big receiver.
And I feel like
red zone target guy.
I feel like Lamar's at his best when he's throwing to the middle of the field. When they had Mark Andrews and that other good tight end, I forget his name now.
Likely?
No, Likely's still there. Shoot. I think he might be on Carolina now. But he was real. Yeah, Hayden Hurst.
Yeah.
Sean, I would target maybe like a Geno Smith. You know, he's mid-range.
Targeted Goff.
He's not horrible. Goff's stock is high right now. Like, you wouldn't have to give up a ton for Geno Smith. You have to give up something, but it wouldn't be Diggs.
They don't run as much.
Well, see, the other problem with this is a lot of these quarterbacks are these dudes' keepers.
Oh, gotcha.
So, like, I guarantee Lamar Jackson's the guy's keeper. The guy that's in 9th place, I'm in 10th place. The guy that's in 9th place has got Mahomes as his keeper, so he's not going to trade him.
What round is Mahomes in now?
Here, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what round he took him.
We got him off. Did you get him off of waivers his rookie year?
Yeah.
So 9th round.
About everybody picking up Jordan Mason last week and dropping him this week. Oh my God. McCaffrey has to go out on a freaking stretcher for Jordan Mason to play.
He's got Mahomes in the 10th round.
Okay.
Oh God.
Shanahan, man, just runs these guys dry, man.
McCaffrey, his last 3 games, he's averaged like 3 yards a carry.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
huge red flag to everybody except Shanny.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Give him a rest. McCaffrey.
Everybody's focused on him. He gets hit a lot, targeted a lot.
Look at the box that Minnesota was playing.
And he played every snap at about 60%.
And the thing is, with McCaffrey, you know he's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm good. I can play.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put me in there." And it's just
that has always been my one problem with Shanahan. He
doesn't know how to say no. Doesn't know how to stay up.
Man. I mean, I think nobody in the organization can tell him otherwise. York can't tell him. Lynch can't tell him.
He has the keys to the
franchise. So what he says goes. None of his assistant coaches can tell him.
I think he literally has the mindset of like, he just thinks like, okay, once he's on to the next play, it's like, all right, this is the entire, like this one next play is the whole game. So I'm going to do everything possible to put myself in the best situation, the team in the best situation for this play to be successful. And he does that for the whole game. So he never wants to take McCaffrey out because he always thinks McCaffrey is the best option.
Did you guys see that stat that came out on Shanahan? His record going into the fourth quarter with the
0-38, right?
I was shocked.
Down 8?
0-29 when 5 points or more down going into the fourth quarter.
There's been a lot of crazy stats that I heard. Someone maybe it was on Dan's show where they taught that Bosa's last 16 games he has 5.5 sacks.
Yep, that's true.
His two of his 2.5 sacks this year have come when he's unblocked. I mean, he hasn't been blocked for 2 of them.
I think I found the team that I need to trade with. You guys look at this. Mm-hmm. So here is here's the dude. He's in 7th place he's in 7th. I'm in 10th. But he needs some wide receiver. Fuck. Damn it. Hold on.
Is this his team?
Yeah, this is his team.
I'll try to get Rice. He's probably going to keep Rice though.
I don't need Rice. I have six wide receivers that I need to get rid of.
Who are his quarterbacks?
So I'm gonna target Hurts.
He is a pretty good team.
Oh, you're going after Hurts.
Yeah.
Who are his 3 keepers going to be?
He took Hurts in the first round, so it's not going to be Hurts. So he can start. He can if I trade him Hurts, I trade for Hurts. He can throw CJ Stroud in his quarterback 1. He doesn't need running backs. He needs wide receivers. He's got Michael Thomas, Rice, and Hopkins. So I can give him 2 wide receivers. That's what I'm going to do.
Give him
all right,
Devontae and.
If you give him Stroud back, who's your second quarterback behind Hurts?
No. He already has Stroud.
Oh, he has Stroud. I thought
he has Stroud on his bench, so he can start Stroud.
Oh yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Start Stroud. So I'm just going to take Hurts, and I'm going to offer him Adams and Mike Evans, Ayuk, Thielen. Which one?
Thielen. I think Ayuk's going to start to come on.
Well, it's fine. I'm never going to start either one of those. I'm never going to start either one of those guys.
Ask him who he prefers.
Yeah.
There you go.
Adams and Thielen.
Oh, I got to share this. This is just such classic LeBron. This is classic LeBron blames.
What do you do now?
This is LeBron after the game because Davis had
Did you see him get 0 points?
Yeah, and Davis had 0 points in the second half. And listen to LeBron just with Davis right next to him. Look at Davis's face. Oh, can you hear that? Or wait, that's coming out of the wrong speaker. Give me a sec.
after the game.
We can hear it.
Performance and what I did individually in the time that I was out there, I think I was productive. I think so. And I was a +7 for the game. No turnovers, so I like turnovers more than anything.
Oh my gosh.
LeBron after
It's all about himself.
Yeah, for what I did in my individual performance.
Yeah, I mean, there's no team
and
aspect.
then we didn't win, but I think for me, my performance and what I did individually in the time that I was out there, I think I was productive.
Look at AD.
I think so. And I was a +7 for the game. No turnovers, so I like the no turnovers more than anything. So
damn.
Just so classic.
What do you guys think of Wilkes so far?
I hate him. I
don't know.
It's terrible. His scheme is terrible.
I'm not crazy about him, but I also blame the players for not performing.
True.
At the end of the day, football, especially on the line, is you got to beat your man in front of you, and they are not. Hargrave is not winning. Bosa's not winning. Armstead sure isn't winning. So, yeah.
Talk about that contract.
Yeah, give me a scheme. Give me this scheme. Give me that scheme. Beat your man. Beat your man. And they're not. They're getting dominated the last 2 weeks. They're not. I'm noticing a bad pattern on the Niners. Their D-line, when they go up against good offensive lines, they don't do shit. They don't.
You know what's interesting is Larry asked Steve Wilkes earlier in the season. He's like, do you let Kosterick sort of run free, or does everything have to go through you? And Wilkes had said, like, oh yeah, he has to talk to me about it if he wants to change up something. I'm wondering what freedom he had with D'Amico and Saleh, because he's an established coach. He's probably the best D-line coach in the league. So I mean, is him not having freedom affecting the D-line's pressures? Because I mean, he's a great coach, and if he has to run everything through Wilkes, who is a DB coach, he's not a linebackers coach, he's not a line coach, he's a DB coach by nature. And so I mean, he's not the best judge of the D-line. I think Kosterick is a better judge of that, and I think having Kosterick have to run by every scheme, it
was a bad situational football play. I don't mind blitzing at all. As a matter of fact,
I mean, I'm not just talking about that, but I mean, just in general.
In general, yeah, definitely the chain of command for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think there's something to that. I mean, it'd be like saying, who's that legendary offensive line coach for the Patriots? God, the guy who always clutched it. But anyway, it'd be like, oh wow, I'm getting tired. It'd be like, damn, my names are all screwed up. Who's their OC right now? Bill O'Brien. It'd be like Bill O'Brien telling him, like, your offensive line stuff, you got to go through me.
Exactly.
Like, no, you let the man cook.
Dude, I know my area. You know your area. Just do that.
MF, I am banking on that. I'm hoping a lot of overreactions right now.
If we could speculate what's happening behind closed doors, if Kosterick and Wilkes are having a heated discussion about that game, not just necessarily that play, and Kosterick saying, well, we've always rushed 4 here. And
yeah,
Wilkes,
I mean, Bosa's said that he hasn't liked some of it.
And this would be Wilkes' comeback. I rushed 4, and you guys can't get there.
Yeah.
I think that's
if
a pretty good point
there, too. I'll rush 4. And if I was Wilkes, I'm not defending Wilkes. I'm not crazy about him, but I would say this. If I'm Wilkes and everybody's coming at me, I would say, hit play and watch it and have everybody watch it. 4 guys.
And that's why the Niners need to trade for Danielle Hunter. That's why, because they don't have a legitimate threat on the defensive line.
I don't think the Vikings aren't going to trade him.
Problem of why can't
they will.
Why can't Bosa beat his man?
They just beat the Niners. They're 2 games out.
Why can't Hargrave beat his man? Why can't Armstead beat it? Do you know how much money those 3 guys make?
Armstead's making 20. Hargrave's making like
21, 22. And
I don't think he's making that this year though. I think he's making 34. Like
those guys are making $70 million and they're producing like crap right now.
Yeah, bottom of the line, like this is all going into I love the Niners this week. I think that this is the defense just goes nuts, and it can be done versus the Bengals.
I mean, the Niners DBs they're not that good. I mean, Ward got toasted and just demolished by Addison.
I think if you play, as long as you play less defense, I think they're fine.
I mean, the whole defense relies on the pass rush, right? Everything relies on the pass rush. So if the pass rush isn't getting home, nothing else is going to happen. If the pass rush gets home, things are going to fall into place. So if the pass rush can get home against the Bengals, I mean, they don't have a great offensive line, right? If they can get home, then they should be able to shut them down. But if they can't get home, they have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Joe Burrow can just throw it up and they're going to make a play. So, I mean, if the Niners D-line cannot get home, there's going to be issues.
Or me and you talk about it on our channel. We talk about when the Niners play press man-to-man, their defense becomes a little bit better. When they play that soft zone all the time. Why did they play zone against the Vikings? Like, what great receiver do they have? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Jefferson was out of the game. Why would you play zone? Why would you not just go straight man up on those guys? And despite that horrible blitz call before the half, Mooney Ward's got to pick that. It was right in his hand.
Yeah, he said he was thinking touchdown.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
But I think you're right, Ryan. I think this is a bounce back game because, like Boris said it, the Bengals don't have a good offensive line, and the Niners eat against average offensive lines.
Absolutely.
The Vikings have a pretty good offensive line. That's a pretty underrated.
If it gets to 2.5, I'm probably gonna have to fire huge.
Yeah, I'm firing on the Niners against the 2.5. So what do you think about this? This is the bounce back boys parlay. I threw this out on Sunday before I knew this was Monday night after the Niners lost. Okay. Bills money line. So that gets us, it's frightening because it's 8.5, but it's like they're playing the Bucks tomorrow. Okay. So part of the greatness of this parlay is that you get to stress yourself out with a Thursday night football game and a Monday night football game. So it's the bounce back boys parlay. It's Bills minus 425 versus the Bucks, the Niners minus 170 or whatever it is right now. And then the Lions at home versus the Raiders, no Garoppolo on Monday, bounce back. That one's also minus 400. I think it pays like I think 2.5 to 1, 3-1. It's not. It's really? Not two. Yeah.
3.5 to 1.
No, like 2.5, 3 to 1. Let me do it right now.
I'm gonna do it right now too. Is it better just to tease it? It can't be 2.5 to 1.
What site are you using?
Can't divulge. I'm just using a bookie site.
I use an offshore book, sportsbetting.ag. Let me see here. I was gonna say, because if it's like that, sounds like it would be. Let's see here.
Oh, the Bills is up to 9.5 now.
So minus 460.
What's the line on the Packers Vikings game?
It's a pick. Minus 111, minus 109. Niners minus 170, and then what was the other team?
Lions minus 425.
Ooh. Yeah, there's no way that's plus 2.5. The Lions game's not even up.
It's on Monday night.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so it is. No, it's 1 to 1. It's 1.38.
Let me see this.
So a teaser would be better.
Oh, it is 1.38. I think it's because the Bills were at 8.5.
Does everyone out there understand what a teaser is?
Yeah.
I know you do. I'm talking about everyone in the chat.
But what are you going to do? A 6-point tease?
7 point, 6.5, 7 point.
Explain to me what a tease is.
So essentially, you can move the line, which is, what the spread is? You know what a spread means versus a money line?
Yeah.
Aura?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just, some people don't. So
okay.
The money line for anyone out there just basically means the team to win. You're just betting the team to win. The spread is how many points the favorite is favorited or underdog. So if it's 6.5, like let's go to the Niners game. So the Niners game is 3 right now. So that means when the game starts, it's 3-0 Cincinnati because the Niners are favored by 3. So that means the Niners have to win by 4 or more to win your bet. That's essentially what it is. So what a teaser does is it'll move whatever line you choose, whether it's the spread or the over-under, by minimum 6 points up to 14 points. Obviously, the odds change if you take more of a teaser. But so, for instance, if to get technical, there's certain lines you're not supposed to tease. You're not supposed to tease through 0.
I know.
Teasers are more correctly used when you tease the underdog. When you tease the underdog, because then you tease it through the key numbers. You tease it through 3, 4, 6, 7.
Like, I'll tell you a perfect example of a teaser game is Vikings, Packers, whatever side it's because it's going to end up being Vikings -1 or Packers -1. Either side of that, tease it. I'm cool teasing either side.
Well, right now it's a pick, so you get 6 points either way. But like, let's say the Packers become the favorite, I would clearly just take the Vikings with that extra point plus 6 points takes you up to a touchdown. But you have to check to make sure your book, if you only do a 2-team teaser, you have to make sure your book, if one of them pushes, doesn't equal a loss, because some books will be a loss.
I think the Vikings have a letdown this week after that.
If they have a letdown, get Danielle Hunter, because they will sell. If they win and they
the Niners,
get to 4-4,
emotional win, division game. I don't know.
So you'd have to do a 6.5 point teaser, Rye.
Yep.
And that would take it to Buffalo -3, San Francisco +3.5, Detroit Lions -2.5. And it's 106. So you bet, $106 to win 150. It's about the same odds.
I would tease up the Commanders at home. That's a division game, and they always play Philly tough. Give me them points.
Yeah, the thing for the teaser though, I would probably wait till the Niners come down to 2. They're gonna come down to 2.5.
I don't think the Niners are gonna blow out the Bengals off a bye. So you'd be better off just taking the points.
Especially if Darnold starts.
Or what are the odds? What are the odds Sam Darnold becomes the starter out of the bye week?
0.
You think so?
Yeah. Right. But I think as soon as Purdy's announced out, then the line moves to Niners -2.5. And then I would tease that.
Ryan, Sean, do you guys always play just the lines, or do you play over-unders as well?
Sometimes over-unders if it's blatant or egregious.
Nobody likes playing unders, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, primetime unders? Primetime games
have been killing it.
Primetime unders are 72% this year. 72%. So that would be tomorrow.
People bet overs because we want to see points, but it's just like, no, I want to bet to win money. Like, Jesus, there's
43. So you could bet.
And you could tease unders over-unders, by the way, too, Boro. Like, if you think there's a low-scoring game and it's like a 42, tease it up to a 49. Those are nice.
So that's tomorrow. You could throw a 2-team teaser tomorrow on the Bucks and the under, because if it's another game, then every point means more than a high-scoring game. So you could get the Bucks plus 15.5 and under 49.
I like the under in the Niners game.
Oh,
nice.
Yes.
That's nice. I'm on that.
And what are the like odds for that?
Typically -110 to -120.
Okay.
So you bet $110 to win 100.
Yeah.
Essentially. And -110 is actually a really good teaser. A lot of books are always -120 now. Anything over 120 long term, you don't want to bet teasers. It's not profitable.
Oh, dude, Sean, you're locked in. You know that this is like all stuff that is you got to be pretty into betting to know.
I bet a lot.
You kill it.
I think, bro. I bet a lot.
Sean, who's go buck yourself in our league? Is that Will B?
That's Martinez.
Oh, Will Martinez.
another one of the vetoers.
He offered me Algier for Fields. Negative. Got to give me more than Algier.
Sean, do you like? I'm doing an NBA pod tomorrow. We're going to do over-unders, but which, of course, it's a little bit late to be doing that. But we're definitely also going to do some long shots. Do you have any long shots you like?
Your Los accept it, then everybody should veto it.
My favorite team. My favorite team this year
do it
for over over win total, and
because I think you can veto your own trade.
to win their division is the Thunder.
Okay, so we're simpatico.
Oh, dude, the Thunder is so fucking good.
Dude,
I fired on them tonight at plus 122. It's just like, this is just.
What are the odds on Shea for MVP?
So I bet Shea to be MVP 11-1. I think to win their division was 4-1, or maybe it was juicier. It might have been 6-1. I tweeted this out.
I love. Dude, they're such a good team.
Don't laugh at me, but I got OKC as the 5 seed, and I got the Warriors as the 6 seed right now.
Oh yeah.
No, I totally see that.
Yeah.
I think they're going to finish in the top 4
until the Warriors get bigger.
Okay, so yeah, I bet Shea 16-1 to win MVP, Thunder to win the Northwest 6-1, and I also sprinkled some on the Thunder 50-1 to win the West and 100-1 to win the championship, just on the off chance like that it's like the Warriors, like it just all comes together.
I need some of that. I need some of that.
And you know what? A lot of people are on the Thunder this year. But like, it's one of those things where it's like, don't let that scare you. Like, just because like other people are talking about it, like.
Did you see how good they looked tonight?
They look so good.
Did you watch the game?
Yeah. And Shea looked like an MVP.
You know when the Warriors play OKC in OKC, the Warriors are going to be favored, and OKC.
No, they won't.
They might be a small favorite just on a reputation alone. Just on reputation. Yeah. That is a bad matchup for the Warriors. They are athletic and taller than that.
I follow this guy on Beat the Books. Have you seen them on Twitter? Beat the Books.
Oh, let's search it.
There's a dude named Jason who, it's a paid service. There's like, I don't know, 15 cappers on there.
Oh, okay.
And this guy Jason is the first basket king.
Oh,
dominates first baskets. So I signed up yesterday just because of the start of the season. I actually made a mistake. He also gives out plays for first touchdown scorers.
Oh, wow.
And I meant to sign up on Monday so I could get his picks for the Monday night game against the Niners. He hit it 17-1. Addison obviously missed out on that. But last night it was there's only 2 games, and he typically bets 2 guys, or he bets it and he gives out the plays. It's typically 2
one from each team.
No, not normally. Normally, it's just 2 guys that he likes. He's got a ton of research. He's got this whole model that predicts who's going to win the tip and whatnot, and teams that give up the most points to what position player on the other team. And obviously, the early part of the season, because there's been a lot of movement within the league, it's not as accurate as it is later in the year. Yeah. But last night he hit both games. The Anthony Davis was the first one that was at 5-1, so smash that, and then. The second game was who was the second game? Oh, Nurkic. Nurkic got the first basket.
So before,
and he was 8-1. Jesus. And tonight he it was actually a loss because I think we bet like 5 games, and the only guy that hit was Jason Tatum in the Boston game, and he was 5-1.
That's crazy.
So it ended up being a losing night, but it's a lot of fun, dude. It's like you bet it and it's over so fast. It's either you get paid or it's over.
So I got to bring something up because I just found out about it today. Have you heard? Do you know the Sleeper app?
I love Sleeper. Yeah, I use that for my other
league.
What
the hell, dude? So Sleeper, Sleeper now, because I used to use it as like it would give you like these great notifications. Dude, it just like somehow is legalized gambling in California.
What?
Yep.
Yeah, you can only bet. So you bet over under like player point totals, rebounds. Yeah, but it's all props, and you can even live bet props. And just the only thing is you have to do 2 together. Like so you have to parlay them.
It's got to be a 2-team parlay.
Yeah. But they give you boosts. Like today, it was like they gave you Jason Tatum. They slash it down to 21.5 points.
Yeah, they give a lot of boosts,
dude. And it's like one of those promos. If you look up like promos, like it's like deposit 100, get 100, like free credit. And it's shocking. So I'm in this like group message with my buddies, and we all just like we're still just like in disbelief that it's a thing. Like you can even like college. This
was their bet the other night for Game 7. You see that or no?
I can't see it.
It's too bright.
Oh, here. Let me zoom in.
Yeah,
there
right
it is. Brandon.
Oh.
How many strikeouts did he have? 9?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
So they gave that out. Dude bet $140 and won $103,000. But they have access to FanDuel. FanDuel has the craziest odds. We don't have FanDuel here.
No, but the sleeper is the craziest thing that, or it's
Sleeper's
like the closest
fantasy
thing.
is pretty good too. I like their fantasy.
So yeah, I guess
tonight. Tonight they gave out. I didn't do it because I don't like betting college football. But New Mexico State plus 2.5. This is the same game parlay on FanDuel. New Mexico State plus 2.5, over 60.5. Jacksonville State alternate spread minus 6.5, and UTEP plus 3.5 spread. They gave this out, and it was 13-1.
Damn.
And it smashed.
How much?
13-1. They got bet $200 and win $2,800.
Oh, sorry. How much for the collective?
How much is it for the thing?
Yeah, the bet the books thing.
You mean to get on their Discord?
Yeah.
That's $50 a month.
Oh, that's reasonable.
Yeah, it's very reasonable. Like I said, there's like 15 cappers. They do soccer, they do hockey. These guys smash hockey.
What's the hit percentage?
Since
what?
we're all
what's the hit percentage?
It's tough. You can't bet every single capper because you'll go broke. You have to like pick like 2 or 3 cappers and bet every single play. That's the problem. And you got to stick to the unit size. If you get crazy, you're just gonna go broke.
Yeah, over time they'll hit 59% or something.
Yeah, well, like the first basket king last year for the entire NBA season, he was up 175 units. So if you're a $100 better, that's 17,500 for the course of the season.
Yeah,
but there's swings where he doesn't hit shit for a week or 2 weeks, but then we smashed. There was a week where we won like a couple $1,000s every single night. It was crazy.
Sheesh.
Ryan, you should do a show and dedicate 1 hour to where whoever's on the show and people in the chat will go over their most brutal gambling losses ever.
Oh,
and we all can remember those losses much more than the wins. The most brutal one.
I remember the wins.
Yeah, I remember the wins too, but some of them losses, save it for another show. Everybody on here that gambles can probably give quite a few of those.
For me, I always put myself in these situations where I get these things that for great value. Maybe it'll happen again with the Thunder this year, but it was like the Rangers situation, except for it actually worked out. But then I freak out about how to hedge out because I get so stressed. And then the years when I do let it play, then I get fucked. Like my all-time worst, not to launch into this, but 2019 2021 when the Niners were 2-5, I bet the Niners 100-1 to win the Super Bowl. And then obviously they ended up making it as a wild card, won 1 million games in a row, made it to the AFC Championship versus the Rams. Now, not only was I holding this 100-1 Niners ticket, but also just pure luck looking for some fun thing with value. I picked the Bengals and the Niners to be the Super Bowl matchup, also 100-1. And so the day of the championship games, the first game happens. I'm like, I'm not hedging anything, not doing anything. The Bengals beat the Chiefs. So like one thing's down. As all you who watch the Krug show know, I had to go into drug and alcohol rehabilitation. I got so shit-faced for the Rams Niners game because I was freaking out. Like literally, all the Niners had to do was win, and then I would have 100-1 bet cash, and then I would have 100-1 Super Bowl that I could easily just hedge, and then I'm a rich person or something. And instead, what I ended up doing is I got so hammered that I finally got cocky, and then the Niners got up 10, and I thought I was home free, and then of course we all know what happens, and Tart drops the interception or whatever, and then it's just like
you didn't hedge because you were too hammered.
I was too hammered.
You couldn't even see your phone,
dude. No, I surveyed like 3 friends, and they all said, "Dude, you gotta let it ride, or else you're jinxing your team." And I thought that was good logic.
You should have called me. From now on, you're calling me.
Yeah, I know. Jesus,
I will be your sane.
That's
sane friends to give you the advice.
From the money point of view, that's hard to beat. That one's.
Oof.
Yeah.
And now they don't give those odds anymore. Like you can't really get a team like these long shot. Maybe if it's like a FanDuel or DraftKings where they have to be competitive, but
that's his ticket. That's his ticket from tonight.
Oh my God. Betting $300 on that.
On a first basket. Here, this one's even better. This is from last night.
I used to do the first touchdown and kind of got away from it because like 2 straight weeks I got burned. I got the touchdown, but it was called back because of a penalty. And me and wifey got into it both those nights. I was like, I
hit first TD Ayuk week 1. That was fun for 11-1.
Damn.
Nice.
Here, check this ticket out. This is crazy. So yeah, Yusuf. Oh no. You're gonna like this. This is it. Touchdown Monday night.
Oh, I got to say, anybody in here that's new that hasn't subscribed, I'm trying to get to 500. I think I'm literally like 5 away, and that would be awesome because then I could be monetized. So if anybody hasn't subscribed, please smash it. Ready, set, rush. What's your best ever wager to payout ratio? Mine was a 250 wager that paid me 340.
250. Jesus.
What
was that?
Parlay? Jesus, that's tough to beat.
What was that?
Oh, 496.
Okay, everyone, go smash the like button.
I'm seeing 499.
4 away.
I see 499.
I'm not going to win the ratio number, but I don't know. Sean might beat me, but I can pretty much say that I think I might have the largest bet made, and it wasn't on a game. It was on a baccarat table. So I don't know if anybody will beat me, but it was $2,700 on one bet.
Oh.
Yeah, that was about as my heart was beating that 8 to 10 seconds it took for those cards to come out. And it was a winner, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, that was, and like Ryan, I had a few drinks to kind of influence me to go that way. Don't be such a puss, man. Just $800 is nothing. Put it all up. Oh my God. Straight bet.
Oh my God.
Look at that.
Christ.
Look at that. 18 to 1. You bet $400 on it.
That's like the Lions to win the Super Bowl this year. Like
$7,600. The most, let's see, the largest bet I've ever placed, like money wise.
Game or the tables?
No, not tables. It's a game. I think there was it 2019? Did the Niners play? The Niners play the Packers during the regular season in 2019 and in the NFC Championship game?
Yeah, I think so.
So they rolled them in the regular season, right?
27-10, then 37-20.
27-10. Yeah. So the 27-10 game, I think the line was 2.5, or maybe even less than that. It might have been like -1 or something. I bet $5,000 on the money line on that game.
37-8.
37-8. That was the regular season game.
That was the regular season. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the game I bet. I bet $5,000.
Oh,
on the money
wow.
line.
Wait, I got to share this. This is Cameron Thacker's. He sent me the bent slip. This is nuts. And this is the kind of thing you can bet on Sleeper too, which is crazy. Oh, wait, except for the Kansas City. Travis Kelce, anytime touchdown. Gainwell over 18.5 yards. Tony under 27.5 yards. Pacheco anytime second half touchdown. That is so specific. AJ Brown anytime touchdown, Kansas City plus 1.5. Was this a Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I guess this was.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and it was such a high score. Oh my God.
So this is a sleeper bet, or this looks like FanDuel?
This is FanDuel.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have FanDuel. Motherfucker.
But we like if everything except for the Kansas City Chiefs, you could bet on sleeper.
Why just the Kansas City Chiefs?
Oh, because that's a point spread.
Oh, okay.
That was the Super Bowl.
Wait a second here. So sleeper.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh, now I just have to hope that like
no one unsubscribes.
Yeah. No, I think I might have to wait to like apply to be. I wonder if they can take your monetization.
503.
Oh, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, thank you everyone. Today's been great. I've actually streamed for like 5.5 hours. Oh, my girlfriend's gonna kill me if I don't get off soon.
You tell her you just got paid, dude. Just say, hey, I just got monetized. I had to do it.
Yeah. Oh man.
503. There you go, bro.
Damn. Well, you know what? I'm gonna be doing some sort of NBA thing tomorrow. Just general NBA season preview. If any of you guys want to jump on, I think we're just gonna do we're just gonna be going over who we're loving. Spoiler alert: Thunder are gonna feature heavily. Also, the Orlando Magic. Me and my buddy Andrew, so he became a Lions fan last year. Because he's a Raiders fan, so he just has such poverty. And he's like, his new thing is that he likes to just pick teams that are like a year away from being good. And then that way he feels like he got in on the ground floor. And then when they are good, he can kind of actually root for them. So this year, that team for us is the Orlando Magic. And I actually think they're going to be pretty good.
What do you think of the Spurs?
I mean,
I bet them tonight. I had a two-team with the Thunder plus money and the Spurs, and they should have won that game. They played like shit. They played like shit at the end of the game, and there were some horrendous calls too. Did you watch that game?
Yeah, and Wembanyama he had 5 fouls. He had played like 18 minutes going into the fourth quarter.
Oh, God. They should have won that game. That should have hit. That was $200 bet to win 1,000.
Oh,
yeah. They should have won that game. That bet should have hit. But what are you gonna do?
Vassell looks really good.
Yeah, so first baskets, pretty much Chet Holmgren's gonna win every tip. Wembanyama's gonna win every tip. So
is it true Wembanyama's 4-1 to lead the league in block shots?
Yes. Although he only had one tonight because
his over-under was 3.5.
Yeah, I know.
Is this it right here? Sleeper Fantasy Sports?
Yeah.
Who's his competition? Like Jaren Jackson?
Yeah, it's him and Jaren Jackson and him are both 4-1. But yeah, he got into foul trouble early tonight. He had one block within 2 minutes of the game, but then didn't have any more. Yeah, dude, Sean, it's just nuts. I just can't quite. And it's they give you really good odds. It's not this bullshit online booking.
Yeah, my odds on my book suck.
Yeah, they always if you were gonna bet Wembanyama over 2.5 tonight, you were gonna bet it was gonna be minus 140, and I have all these things on my book where it's one side is minus 110 and then one side's minus 130. It's that doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense. Yes, but so yeah, sleeper, it's freaking sick, and you can bet I had a bunch of different 10-1 ones today. And none of them hit, but that's okay. I still felt good about them. They all came down to Scoot Henderson having a horrible game. But yeah, there's a boost on there for Diggs to have 65.5.
I'm looking at that yards. Right now.
Yep. The one today, of course, was the 21.5.
What's the Josh Allen one?
I don't know of any Josh Allen one right now.
It says 99% off. I can't see it though.
Oh, really? Oh, maybe it's not until. Oh, it's probably not until tomorrow.
So
it says combination blocked.
Fantasy football? Wait,
some stats.
Is it 100x cash picks? Is that what it is?
No. So it's like, okay, you see like you're in the app.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Just click on the bottom. There's like the third tab. Click the third tab.
The money one, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And it's just full blown. Like
let's fucking go.
I know, dude. Dude, you should join my squad. They have
where's
squads.
Where's your squad?
I'll send you a squad invite.
Send me a squad invite. SMP 31.
It's great because then, so like I'm in this squad with 2 buddies, and it's like if someone sends their bet, and then all you have to do is click one button and you tail it. But yeah, you can do like live betting for like, it literally like live betting props like mid game.
Live betting bets, man.
I think. Oh, you know what? I think the other restriction, Sean, is I think it needs to be a 2-teamer. Or so it needs to be 2 props, which is reasonable.
That's fine. That's very
and
reasonable.
then it has to be 2 props from different games. You can have a bunch from the same game, but you need at least 1 from a different game, which I think is totally reasonable.
It sounds fine.
Yeah, sounds super reasonable.
Sounds great.
Dude, I think you can even bet fantasy points. Yeah, you can bet fantasy points.
That's crazy.
Dude, you can bet fantasy points. You can bet unders on fantasy points.
I'm getting. What the hell?
Dude, I know. And you're going to get that thing that says like allow location. This is only not permitted in certain states, but California just is one where it is permitted.
Which is wild.
I know. It's kind of funny. Like they totally like kind of hide it under that. It's like play fantasy basketball, play fantasy football, or click the little money tab and gamble legally.
Bet your face off.
Yeah. Dude, it's sick. Oh, and before you deposit anything, use one of the deposit. I think I might be able to send you a code, or otherwise, I think here.
What's the rollover?
There's no rollover, bro.
It just gets better and better.
It's not like some online bullshit, dude. It's just
my bullshit book has a 10K rollover, 10X rollover, which is just fucking ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Is there anyone still watching this stream, or is it just us talking?
Yeah, there's 12 people somehow.
Okay.
Let me see.
Keep your lady waiting, Ryan. I would.
Yeah, you got to go, dog.
I gotta go. Here, let me give you the code.
To be continued.
Actually, you know what, Sean? If I send you a code, then I think I get $25 also.
Good. Send it.
Okay. I have your number. I'll text it. All right, fellas. Thanks for everyone joining the stream. That was a great time. Sorry I didn't really get to everyone's fantasy questions. Prize picks, same concept. Yeah. But you can't do prize picks in California.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do prize picks, but I don't think they allow a 2-team parlay.
Oh, see, and this one is exclusively parlays.
That's the key. Two-team parlay is where it's at.
Yeah, because then you're getting these things up to.
Don't get fucking crazy. Just do 2 teams.
2-team, 3-team, get 7-1.
I love it.
It's great.
And
all right.
The teams.
Yeah, presumably.
Hot.
Well, it's not teams, but it's just figure of speech.
Anytime touchdowns, it's amazing,
dude. I know, and you can bet Jordan Poole to have over 6.5 points in the first quarter. Like it gets pretty specific.
I like Jordan Poole's over on almost every game this year.
That was another one that I lost today. Is he only had 18?
Damn.
Bastard. Okay, all right. Well, you know what? I'm sorry didn't get it, everyone. Ryan, sign up with Prize Picks codes. I'll DM it to you. All right, I'll do that. All right. I'm sorry, Jess. Coming to bed. All right.
Nice. See you guys.
Later.
All right, boys.